Hey folks, Rich here. Welcome back to the RCINFORMER YouTube channel. I want to thank everyone for coming on Saturday. It's raining down here. I see we got a few people in here already, and we got a lot of stuff to show everybody and talk about today. So let me give everybody a few minutes to jump on. I got Mike Bird first on the list. He's always here waiting. And let's see who else we got. Mike Lambertino. He's in the house. Les Burnham from Essex, England. Shadow Ops always around. Let's see. Howdy y'all. Servicing two vintage Singer featherweight sewing machines and listening to RC4. Okay, so Shadow Ops is doing some Singer sewing machine maintenance, which is cool. I've always wanted to learn to sew. Sometimes I sew stuff or need to sew something, and I'm like, I wish I knew how to sew or had a machine or something, because that would be useful for some things. So definitely. All right, let's see. Rob's RC. He's in the house also. Give everybody a few minutes to jump on board here. I'm going to do a quick speed check. I did a prior speed check prior to streaming. See what we got. We had, looks like 420 something on the download. Almost 900 on the upload. So let me just, I'm going to run that real quick to see how we've lost some bandwidth, how that's going down. Make sure we got good speed. If you guys can give me a thumbs up, let me know. If you guys are getting good audio. I think we should be getting good audio. I might have forgot to silence. Here, hang on. I might have forgot to silence some video stuff. Let me go to that real fast. Let me go here. No, that's the wrong page. Let's go right over to here. I'll tell you what, let me lower this audio. That's down. Let me just go to my last live show, which that could deafen you guys, but I'm not sure. Let me go here. Let me kill the audio on there. That usually blocks out some stuff. All right, there we go. So we're back here. Get back to this thing here. Go back to the live so I can see all the stuff coming in here. Let me kill this. Yeah, no, I don't need that streaming. And I definitely don't need that streaming. I'm cutting down a few windows here, folks. All right, let's see who's in the house, who we got going on. Why is that there? Let's go. I've got the wrong window up once again. Hang on, folks. Let me get to this thing. Where's the live? Oh, that's what I'm looking for right there. Let's see who's here. All right, folks. So a lot of guys jumping in. Cool. All right, very good. Getting lots of guys up here up front. Let me call out a few names here. Raid Adlini is here from Canada. All right. Tiger Eurocopter is in the house. All right. John G is here. Let's see. Good morning, all. Let's see. Split Pilot from Puerto Rico. All right. He's un Puerto Ricano. So let's see. He's in the house. Victor RC is driving to the field. Wayne's RC is in the house. Send it RC. Good Saturday, everyone. Checking in from Tennessee. All right. John T. Morning from New Zealand. 6 a.m. Sunday. All right. Let's see. We got guys from all over the place here. John G. All's good. George Manuel. Let's see. Who else we got? Yep. Mike Bird's here. Pops 305 is in the house. What do we got for how many guys here? 30 so far. Guys are chiming in. Okay, we have an unboxing to do here. So we got an unboxing to do here on the FMS non-US market 90mm Viper jet. I'm pumped to get this out. I have not opened it other than, I took it out of this. So we're going to be showing you all that. I'm kind of dying to see it. It's a nice dark color. And we also got our Dancing Wings Albatross that I've been working on for a while. It takes a little time getting that thing together. So it's well made, but it's still, you got to assemble some things and glue some stuff. So, all right, John Perry's in here watching from Columbus, Ohio, taking my E-Flight 80mm Blue Angel out today for maiden flight. Going by your setup. Wish me luck. Good luck. Good luck, John Perry. It's raining out here, so we can't fly anything really. Well, we can, but it'll get wet. Model Planes is here. All right. All right, I'm taking from the thumbs up that everybody's got good audio. Let's see, Mike Bird says all good here, so I might have to make Mike Bird an administrator or something. I might have to give him a wrench. I've never given anybody a wrench. I'm not even sure what the wrench means. I guess that means you guys can throw stuff out or something. if they're causing trouble. So let's see what we got. 35 guys watching. All right, let's take a quick look. Let's see what our let's see what we got for speed streaming. So we're looking at 292. We're looking on the download and 720 on the upload. So that's good. We've got some good speed going on here. Let's see what we got. A couple future announcements. We'll have some of these 5280 RC afterburners coming soon that we're going to show you. Their new Blue Fire one. So we're going to show that. I need to get a logo to put up on the screen here because we're going to show you guys some of that as the time comes on. Probably next week or something. Guniac's Fire Booty afterburners. Just thanking the sponsors while we're waiting for people to jump on here. Buddy RC, of course. Buddy RC, you know, sells real nice balsa airplanes, folks, and other stuff. So check them out. What else we got? Ernst Manufacturing, airplane stands, the best. We're probably going to be using one today to put this thing together because this thing I think works pretty good for it. So they also got car stands and stuff. So just a shout out to the sponsors that give me stuff, especially when they give it to me to give to you guys at events. So Hobby Zone as well, nice models at Hobby Zone. You know, they sell all kinds of nice stuff. So links in the description for all this stuff, guys, and any links you use supports the channel. Spectrum, of course, Horizon Hobby, you know, links below as well. There's my NX10, which actually it's in my radio case right here. That's probably what we're going to use to set this thing up. And let's see what we got. FMS models, of course. China Hobby Line batteries. We're using a lot of those. More demo videos of those coming. Including, which we might use today too, is the 5000 Black Series. So I really, so far that's a nice pack. What else we got? And then we're going to go into Bitco today. Let me go back here. Turbines RC, guys. Any of the stuff that I'm going to show you guys, or I often show you, a lot of it is all available at Turbines RC, guys. So we're working with them. We're going to be showing you some airplanes from pretty much all over with Turbines RC. So if you guys, you're basically Turbines RC is essentially the French connection, baby, the French connection. So anybody in the European markets that wants to get anything from Turbines RC to support the channel, we appreciate that. As you guys know, I don't have Patreon. I don't really charge anybody for anything. Everything on my channel thus far pretty much is free. So like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, and if you guys buy something, use one of my links. And Turbines RC sells almost everything now, so they're pretty awesome. So check them out. Again, links are below. And what else we got here? A couple other things. Flying Tiger RC, maker of the nice racks and the radio trays here in the USA. Again, just like Ernst Manufacturing, all made in the USA. So, you know, check them out. Fly with the Tiger. And KMRC models, of course, you know. The two new burners, which I actually have one to put in here. I actually have a couple I can put in here. So here's a few of their burners. So we're going to have these. I may stick one in here today, time permitting. We'll see how it goes. But KM is the newest, easiest to install afterburner, period. You know, check them out. Again, we got links below, so, you know, use those. There's only two. They're universal fit. They're pretty awesome. So, and then, of course, my Amazon store you guys can check out. And then I'll throw on Dancing Wings or Bitco Hobby, where you can get the, you know, the Albatross from and so forth. So they're making nice stuff. And actually, I think Turbines RC is going to carry this stuff too if you're in Europe. So the three burner companies I kind of work with or show off their stuff, which they give me stuff to give to events too, which is awesome. So, of course, Guniac 33 Ray, who's all the way there down in the lower sort of corner side of I got Ray's logo right there. Also KMRC models, and now 5280. We'll show off some of there's a new burner coming. I'll show you guys next week. They're a true fire burner, so we'll go into all that. So anyway, just a quick recap, and let's see who's in the house right now. Let's see who we got. All right, we got 43 guys. Not bad for Saturday afternoon. We got Lucas. I'm trying to name off the new guys jumping in here. We got Lucas Z. Petrowski. I'm going to say Petrowski. All right, he's in the house. Model planes. Hi from TD. I don't know where that is. All right, but I said it. Let's see. Rick Warland. Rick Woodlard. I think it's Woodlard. That's a tough one. Let's see. I think you guys are just putting these names that are making it hard for me to pronounce. All right, so Mike Purris put links up, etc. Links are all in the description box below, or they should be there. So I think if you guys go to this video, like for example, if you click on the video we're doing, is this what we're doing right now? Well, hang on a sec. Let me go to the one. Is this what we're doing? No, that's not what we're doing. Here, let me go to my channel. You guys can see here. Let's see if this slows everything down. Here, go to my channel. Okay, you guys can check this out. I'll go to the live show right now as we're streaming. Okay. So anytime, if you guys want to look at the links, oh, I could throw some on the screen too as well, definitely. But it's kind of takes a lot. Well, I could throw some up there, but so Richie Rich 951 is here. Let's see. But if you guys go right below, you see the links I just expanded there, right below the video. Any of my videos here, I got tons of links down here. So you click on any of these, really, especially if you buy something through them. Again, it supports the channel. Again, guys, I don't sell planes. I just give you guys info, but we get a little bit out of that if you guys use the link to buy something, and it's free to you guys, so appreciate that. Let me see if I can go, let me go back to the main page real quick. Let's say I pull up a flying video or something. Here, let's do a non-live. So you pull up a flying video. Here, there's me and Gavin flying some big jets there. So actually it pops up right away. I'm kind of surprised. Usually a lot of times there's a little drop down. Oh, here it is. Well, you got to go here to show more. If you go to where it says show more right here, I'm going to go right there. Show more. Boom. It drops down all of these links. So, you know, China Hobby Line, Turbines RC, they're all in there, guys. Kind of organized, listed, sort of. So, again, anything you use there helps us out. So, again, we appreciate all that. So, all right, let's see. 41 guys. Let's see what we can get into here. All right. All right. We got C Mafia in the house as well. So I met C Mafia over at the Jet Jam last year, and he was kind enough to let me put a couple planes in the trailer, so that was pretty awesome. Let's see, Mike Bird, it's our Queen's Jubilee weekend this weekend, 70 years doing the job GB. It's our Queen's Jubilee weekend. What does that mean? 7 years doing the job GB. I'm not sure what that means, but anyway. John T says, send her here to fire Adern. Yeah, I know who Adern is. She's kind of the evil ruler, Galactic Empire, kind of Darth Vader Emperor figure there down in New Zealand, apparently. So she's pretty bad. But I don't know the inside thing. I don't know what all that means, but it sounds pretty good. All right, guys, what do y'all want to see first? You guys want to see the unboxing, or you want to do a little discussion on the Albatross? We can go into either one first, whichever one you guys want to throw a vote out there. We'll kind of see. Queen's anniversary, okay. I guess is that her being in charge, I guess, so being in rule there, or in power, I guess I should say, or holding the title, I think. All right, let's see. All right, little lag on my end. Let's see what we got here. Same as Trudeau. Yeah, pretty, okay, gotcha, okay. Yeah, Trudeau's pretty much a criminal, you know. I hate to say it, but it's too bad. They had a lot to do with the coronavirus and the lipo nanoparticle, whatever technology that they had patents on that they used to, you know, for part of the injection and stuff. There's a lot of detail and all that. I know that's not really part of what we're talking about here, but yeah, he's pretty much, yeah, he was profiting off of all this, so bad dudes. Okay, John Liebe, Albatross, John T, Albatross. Mike B, I saw on the news, C Mafia said they had some American journalists over there covering some of the events. Let's see. Okay, so John Liebe, John T, Albatross first. Okay, we'll come back to the unboxing. So if you guys are watching this, just you can, and you see this at a later date, you can scroll to the end since this is live now, and you guys can see that later in the video, probably about halfway through or so. I'll put that down there. Oh yeah, that's gonna fall. All right, guys, just quick update here on the Albatross. This thing is going real nice. I'm pretty pumped about this. Let me pull this off. In fact, you know what? Let me do this. Let me get rid of my box so you guys can see this. Sometimes I got to be looking at the screen to know what's going on. But, man, this thing is nice. All right, we're in a high bank turn. This is sweet, guys. I'm real impressed with this overall. I've had lots of biplanes I've flown in the past. I'm going to try and move my desk a little bit. It doesn't move that way. It just goes up and down. I've had biplanes before, folks, but this is my first kind of honest to God, you know, World War I fighter. And Dancing Wings Hobbies is making this. And they carry them at Bitco Hobby. So it's awesome. I mean, the suspension is realistic, you know, because it's got these bungee deals. Let me check my upper camera here. I didn't do that. There we go. You can see I threw a couple servos in last night. I was working on this. It's a work in progress, guys. Got some servos and stuff in there. I actually rigged the rudder already. So, here, let me go back to my normal channel or normal camera here. So, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, the finish is nice. That's what Sea Mafia is saying. You guys can see the finish right here. It's real cool. Let me see if I can do a little pan or a little zoom. Yeah, a little pan action. Probably the most impressive thing about this is, let me zoom in, is the woodwork. I mean, look at the woodwork on this thing. Look at the detail. I mean, I'm going to get in close. You can see the wood grain. In fact, and they left the part numbers on there, which I don't think they intended to. You see a part number. We talked about that one of the last episodes here, but the woodwork is pretty darn awesome. Okay, I mean, it's very cool how, you know, how they did this, and it's an all wood. Normally, a lot of World War I stuff is like ribs and stringers, and then there's fabric wrapped around it that they shrink on, and it's kind of fabric. Well, not on an Albatross, I guess. They made it all out of wood, so you know, it's the whole fuselage. It's almost, I mean, it's almost more like the hull of a boat. So, you know, check it out. It's pretty darn cool. I mean, this is a scimitar prop. Okay, I don't think that's necessarily what the Albatross used. Okay, but I saw it on Amazon. Here, let me go, and I got it because it just looked cool. I mean, let me see if I can go to my, where is my Amazon store? No, that's Fire Booty. Where did I go with that thing? Oh, here it is. I think I put it in there. I'm not sure if I did or not. Let's look at that and see if I put it in there. I thought I put it in there. Maybe I didn't. I got all kinds of stuff in the store, but I thought I put that in there. So anyway, well, I'll go back later and I'll throw it in there if you guys don't see it. But the prop, if you guys need to know where to get it, let me know. I could have sworn I put it in there, but maybe I didn't. So that's okay. But if you check my Amazon store, I'll throw it in there for everybody to check out. But yeah, this is pretty cool, guys. It's a real nice propeller. I put on there, it's a 16-inch. I just thought it looked super scale. So I think you guys saw the episode the other day where we did, you know, kind of assembly or unboxing, and then we kind of put the gear together. And the gear's pretty cool because it's got this springy, it's got basically bungees in there. Here, let me see if I can zoom in on there. So far the assembly of this is going real well, but you can see right there, let's see if I can get this to focus. Hang on, let me back up a little bit. Went out of focus there for a second. You can see it's got basically a bungee that you wrap around with this thing around a U-channel. So it's got suspension. I mean, it literally has, you know, a single axle, you know, suspension type deal that, you know, actually has compression. Here, let me raise the desk here a little bit. See if I can get, no, that's not going up. My desk is quitting on me. No, hang on, my desk is having problems. Oh, it's not working. I'm gonna have to reboot my desk. How many people have a desk that they have to reboot? Here, let me put this right on the edge. Let me see if I can trace this back. Can't have that not working. That's one of the coolest things I got. Here, let me do a desk reboot. There we go. I'm basically unplugging it and plugging it back in, and I'm hoping that's going to reboot my desk. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. See, Control-Alt-Delete works every time, right? So, but great detail. Now, so far, guys, the finish on this model is excellent, okay? The fit on the tail is a little to be desired, maybe. It fit okay. It's just that, you know, there's the tail section that I got, you know, kind of going. Actually, it looks like I'm getting a little ratchetiness here. Let me check out my stream and make sure the stream's going okay. Still got excellent streaming, so I think we're good there. But there's my tail section that I just glued on this week. I spent some time doing that and getting the linkages all on there, and you know, it was a little bit of a chore doing that. In fact, I'm going to throw this up here. Let me see if I can go to my top view and show you guys a couple things about this. Here we go. Yeah, the tail was not perfect. It was kind of tough to get it. Let me see if I can get my camera back a little farther. Yeah, there we go. There's a little better shot. It was hard to get this thing perfect. In fact, like the gap here was not quite even, and the gap here was not quite even, so it's not a perfection fit. And then of course this whole hinge line across here, okay, was not perfect either. I ended up with a little more gap here than here, and I even flipped it and tried to put it the other way, and it still wasn't a perfect fit. So, and I figure that's World War I, it's not that precise of a machine. I also added some hinges. I put one, I don't know if I could show that, but I put one kind of right in here, which I'm going to show later in an assembly. We'll get into more detail on it. I put an actual pinned hinge right here. Same thing here with the vertical stabilizer. You may or may not be able to see that. I'll try to zoom here so y'all can see what that looks like. But right down here, I'll try to turn the rudder here. I actually put a pinned hinge right there, okay, right in this position, right there, because it just seemed like having two CA hinges right here was kind of not enough. So, using that pin hinge seemed to make it a little tougher there. You know what I mean? It just seemed like it just didn't need, it didn't quite, just having two CA hinges here didn't seem to be enough. So I put one pinned hinge here, I added a pinned hinge here to the center, and I put an additional hinge here, and I put an additional hinge here. These were just CA type hinges. The reason I did that was because it seemed like the ones they put in were kind of short. So I put some long ones here at the end to make sure that it just had enough support overall. So, but let's see what we got. Let me get back to the regular kind of view here so y'all can see that a little better. Let me widen out. But overall, it went on okay. Again, the tail was not the most precise fit. I mean, getting the vertical on went okay. And then again, I added a hinge here. I'll have a building guide. I'll have an assembly and a setup and all that stuff for everybody to check out. It's not going to be a full-on build, but it's going to be like a tips video. And I actually might even do that live just to kind of go over, for example, in my instructions here, I did a lot of notes on this thing, like just techniques for installing some of these horns, and I found a couple screws were short and little things. So I'll give you guys some notes and things like that, that I put in here. So I'll do an assembly guide or kind of like a tips guide to getting this thing together. But overall, it's going together pretty nice. I got one servo in here already. Let me see. I think I showed that already, but I got one push-pull servo in there that y'all can see, and you can see as I move the rudder, it's in there turning. So far the linkages seem okay. They work all right. But I got one in there. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So in fact, if you guys want to get an idea of the overall size of this, the only problem I really have with this plane is really just maneuvering it around because it's so big. I mean, I dropped an afterburner. Let me chalk this wheel because it barely even fits on this table. Actually, here's something I wanted to show everybody. This is really cool about this plane, is I really like this. Oh, caught it. See, it's big, guys. I can lose it. But here, let me show you guys this. Yeah, I almost lost it right there. Check out this tail on this. Let me zoom a little bit. Yeah, what's the definition of superior pilot? One who uses his superior judgment, so he won't need the use of his superior skills. Check out this tail skid. It actually functions like the real one does. In other words, all it is just a little hinge point here and a bungee, and it's just there's no tail wheel on this thing. So, see, there's always action on the RCINFORMER YouTube channel here. Let me flip it around so you guys can see it actually better. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to flip it this way so y'all can see. Let me see if I can get this. I'm losing a servo in there. So y'all can see that. Yeah, this is actually better. It's a little shadowed the other way. But here, check this out. Check out that tail skid. Yeah, that's very, very cool. Let me go back a little bit. Yeah, you can see, and it's got a wood grain to it. And that's it. It assembles real easy. This is just balsa. It's a couple layers of balsa, this fin that fits in. And you can see right down here, like, for example, just the finish on the airplane is really awesome, okay? It's got a nice finish. The fit of the tail section, it could be a little nicer, but again, guys, it's World War I, so I figure out maybe that's how it is. But like this area didn't fit that great, okay, just this little fairing. But, you know, I just glued it on and it's fine. I used epoxy to put this whole tail section on. But, yeah, you got to love that skid. I mean, that's impressive. So we'll see how that does on the grass. Obviously, you don't want to do this on the, I don't know if that's a hardwood or a balsa. It almost feels like it's balsa, but it's actually got a tough finish around it. But they gave it that wood grain kind of, well, I mean, it is wood grain. I mean, it's not like they gave it a finish. It's actually a wood grain kind of tail skid. So does it steer? No, there's nothing back here that steers. So you steer this airplane, I think, if I'm not mistaken, with prop wash and rudder. So when you're on the ground, you're giving it throttle. And here, John Liebe said, good catch, yeah. Let's see. They do a nice looking camo storch. Yeah, actually, I got a storch to show you guys too, probably in the next kind of video or two, which actually I can get the box and show you guys. Actually, you know what, I can go get that and show that to you. But let's see, real one was not, yeah, see, John Liebe said, John Liebe says the real one was not perfect either. That's why I'm saying the wood parts, nothing fits. So I tried to do it in such a way where, let me see if I can get my upper camera here. When I did this, I tried to do it in such a way where I at least measured from the center to here, and then the center to the tips, and then the center to here, to get this thing centered. Because if you, I don't know if you guys can see this, but you can see the covering material is not quite centered, okay, with this center point on the front or the top or the bottom. And neither are these control horns. They're not perfectly in the center. I don't know why, but all I know is that the woodwork underneath, okay, because there's wood here and there's wood here. The woodwork is pretty much, I got it right in the center of the wood. I wasn't really watching the covering because I don't think they put the covering quite in the center. These stripes are kind of off and stuff, so you can't really go by that. You got to make some hard measurements here. And then actually gluing this on, you had to make sure this didn't bind here. And then I ended up with more gap here than I had over here. So this was not a perfectly straight, you know, it wasn't a perfectly straight line at all. So it was kind of not wavy, but curved. And so, again, this is not a high-speed airplane anyway. It's going to be relatively slow, so you just have to make sure it's tough. So I put, again, also, actually, you know what, this might be a better view sort of to show everybody. Wait, let me see if I can slide that over without dropping this. Yeah, let me get close in on that. There you go. You can see I put a pinned hinge right in here. So, and that's just a steel pin, you know, nylon hinge as opposed to a CA hinge. So where all the torque is on these two, forward and back, you've got some nice structure there, you know, instead of just, you know, just solely relying on these two CA hinges right there to kind of keep this. Because I figured this was going to go up and down and move and stuff. And in fact, what I can do for you guys is I can show you, in fact, I'll pull this out real quick. I've got hinges and stuff. I actually used, I'm kind of out of the picture here. This is basically what I used right here. Let's go back to the view here. These are like Hobby King hinges. Actually, that's the wrong hinge, isn't it? Got the wrong one to show you here. Let me get, grab the correct bag here. Yeah, it looks like these actually. This is pretty much what I used, was a hinge like that. Okay, so you guys can see that real easy right there. And that's what I used for the center point there. So you guys get the gist of that. Hobby King's got really good, you know, hinges and stuff. And I have a big supply of stuff from Hobby King I've had for, you know, like a decade or something. So I just reach for my hinges kind of whenever I need them. So anyway, let's see. Mike Bird says, please be careful, sir. Yes, I'm trying to be careful here. Let's see. Who else we got? Does it steer? No. The little tiger moth looks great also. Yeah, they've got a John T. scale problems during assembly. George Manuel says some down elevator added for ground handling. Turns is very helpful. Okay, so he says, oh, some down elevator just to get the pressure, yeah. Just to get the pressure off the tail, basically get the tail up in the air a little bit or get it off the ground or light on the ground so you can use the rudder to turn it. So yeah, that's probably pretty helpful. So I use that pinned hinge right here, and I used the second one. Like I said, right down here. In fact, if I zoom on that carefully, let's see if I can get that in there. Let me see if I can, no, I'm almost dropped that off the table again. You can see right in here is where I put that, another hinge. right just above this, this horn. These horns too, that you see, all these horns are carbon fiber. So they're pretty tough horns. So nice and strong stuff that they use there. So, but you got to glue them in. That's the other thing. You have to glue in these horns. They're not like, you know, something you screw in. You can get rid of these if you want, put your own hardware. You can put your screw-on horns all the way through. So you guys have a lot of options with this. You don't have to use the hardware in this. I'm using most of it, but you guys can use what you want. You don't really have to use their existing stuff. So, some of this hardware is good. Some is maybe not so good. Like the first nut, if you guys watch the unbox we did, the nut that was on here, there were 2 of them, and they were finished. I don't even know what kind of nut you call those things, but here, let me see. Let's get that. These nuts were like a dome metal nut with no locking washer or whatever, but that wasn't the problem. The problem was one of those nuts, if you guys saw one of the last shows we did, it had no threads on it, so I couldn't get it in there. So I just used, as you can see, a nylon lock washer, and it gives you almost the same look, okay? But obviously the benefit of a nylon lock washer is that, you know, when you engage the nylon, the wheel's not going to come off. It's locked in place, and then you can adjust it. You can see it spins pretty freely here. So use a nylon lock nut. So with a nylon lock nut, that's what I would suggest. And I think they're 4 millimeter, if I'm not mistaken. So let me do this. Let me try to do this without knocking the airplane off, just to give you guys an idea. I'm going to chalk this wheel, hopefully, so that it doesn't fly off the table there. Yeah, it's chalk. There we go. Let's see what... let's see. Please be careful. Little tiger moth looks great also. Yeah, some scale problems. Yeah, okay. Shadow says, howdy y'all. Please hit the like. Yeah. He's doing sewing machine maintenance. Here, let's see. Let me see how many guys we got here. All right, we got 37 here, folks, to check everything out. Let's see. Acorn nuts. Exactly. Thank you. That's what it's called. JCB 67. There were 2 acorn nuts on both sides, and they had no nylon locking, and they're cool looking. They look really good. But the 2 that I got, I don't know if I have those parts. Let me see. One was threaded and one was not. That was the funniest thing. Acorn nut. Oh, here they are, right here. I actually got them. Here, we'll talk about that. So, go to my top camera. There you go. That's exactly JCB 67. Acorn nuts. So these are what was intended to go on the wheels, and they were really nice. Super nice, man. They look really good. The only problem is one of them had the threads. I don't know if you guys probably can't see that. Let me try to zoom in and see if you guys can get the detail of that. Okay, let's go zoom in tight. There we go. Oh, let me back out a little bit. All right. Let's see. I don't know if you can see. You see this one? You can see the threads on the inside there. Okay? But when I tried to put this one, I couldn't figure out why won't it go on. There were no threads. For whatever reason, in the molding process or the heating process, all the threads are gone. So I couldn't use both of them. So that's why I just went to a nylon, you know, locking nut, because I figured it's almost the same look. Plus, it's going to be more secure with a nylon, you know, lock nut on there, because it's not going to come off. And again, by turning, you can adjust the tightness of it. Whereas this, you got to worry about thread lock, because you're going to have to use some thread lock. You can unspin this and then send your wheel, you know, send your wheel flying off somewhere. So, all right. So what we might do here is let's do a quick test fit, which I have not done yet. I literally was working on this last night, and I haven't done a test fit of this airplane and the wings, just to kind of get an idea how big it is. So I'm going to grab the spars. These are the spars, and this is just sort of a tip for everybody, kind of too. If you guys haven't done this kind of thing, it's not a bad idea. But I had a bunch of spars, and I couldn't figure out which spars went to where, and I had a bunch of spars in a pile over there. So fortunately for me, I made the conscious effort of labeling these, and I'll have these at my Amazon store too at some point, but you guys can get these almost anywhere. If you get these Sharpie, like paint markers kind of thing, where you shake them up and then you can kind of like, you know, just draw, you know, whatever you want on here. I get white and silver and black, okay? And then you can draw on there, but what I did is I labeled all my spars, because, man, I had a mess of spars, and I was like, holy moly, which one's which? Okay, but here's how I labeled them. Albatross, you know, upper 1 of 3, you know, here's upper 2 of 3, and then the lower 3 of 3. So if you label your spars with a paint marker of some kind, and it seems to me like you can use black on white, you can use silver or white on black, and so any you know, those 3 colors you could do almost, kind of almost like anything with. So so anyway, that's just a recommendation, is to kind of, you know, mark your spars. So when you have them all in one place, you're not trying to figure out which ones go where. So, all right, let's see. What else we got? JCB67, thank you for the acorn nut thing. I knew what it was called, I just couldn't think of it. Do they still make aluminum reinforcement for the Freewing F-14? That's Pop 305. Yeah, I designed it. I have it in my videos. And right now, Dustin Holloman, I kind of let him use my design to make a kit, and he makes the kit for it. So, and he's I don't know how many he's got now, if he's still producing them or what, but that was sort of our arrangement, was that he wanted to make them, and I said I really didn't want to, but I was like, everybody probably wants them, so, and I didn't have time to kit form it, and you know, we'll see. So let's see. I'm going to put these spars in. You can see how those 2 go in there, and then this is the lower. So I haven't actually had this lower wing on. I might have done a test fit of one of the top wings, or the top wing. Let's see. It's red and gray, easy to see the sky, new bigger mode. Let's see. Use thread lock also. Yeah, just be careful, guys, when you use thread lock. Thread lock, you got to make sure you don't get it on plastic, especially like blue Loctite, because if you get it on plastic, it makes the plastic brittle and then it breaks. So if you use them on a servo horn, I've seen guys, servo horns break right in the middle, crack. It makes it brittle pretty quick. So Shadow Up says, I have thoughts, markers too, you can get for decent price. Yeah, whatever you guys can get them, that's cool. Let's see. Let's try, okay, we got wings. Let me see. Okay, here's a wing panel. I did glue this on. Okay, I mounted some servo horns. I actually used some FMS servos in this, so I'll go to the top view. I put some FMS servos in there. You can use the factory hardware. I actually had a slightly smaller, and the ones they gave you were really good actually, but I actually had a slightly smaller easy connector to use right here. And you can use a ball link, you can use whatever you want here, okay? So, and I just used, you know, a slightly smaller one, because the one they gave us was kind of big and I just wanted one a little bit smaller, so that's all. These are all carbon fiber, these horns right here. And the interesting thing about the wing, folks, is that the wing curves in both directions. The aileron is like not straight, that's just how the wing is. So it was interesting to hinge this thing, because your wing is curved this way. Okay, look at that profile. Check that out, look at how that is. Okay, it's a curved upper and lower surface of the wing. It's cambered completely. So, but then the aileron itself, okay, here, let's go to it's curved not only, okay, this way, but the aileron is also curved this way, okay? So your hinge joint is not a perfect joint. In fact, it kind of binds a little bit on the tip, but hey, that's World War I stuff, guys. It's not a perfect hinge line, okay, because it curves this way and that way. So you got these 3, you know, you got these 3 hinges here, here, and here. So, and they're CA type hinges. So I don't know, you might be able to see them better from the underside. You know, let's see if I can get in on that. Y'all can see that. Yeah, there's a hinge here, here, and here. And you really can't have one on the tip, because again, when the aileron's up, there's a big gap. When the aileron goes down, it tightens the gap. So you really can't really have one out there. So, but anyway, this seems pretty nice the way it is. So, but that's the wing. So let's do this. Let's just do a fit of this really fast, okay? And let's see. Let's get this on here. See how it fits. Try not to get it to fall off the desk. Let's put this one in. I'm just going to stick the wire in there. Just an idea for size. There we go. That one's on there. Let me grab this one. Let's see. Let's get this one on here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the lower wing on first, just because I think I can get to the top one a little easier, and this will help counterbalance it a bit. Same thing on the lower wing, folks. Look at that. See, it's curved also, top and bottom. And they did a beautiful job covering. The fit on these seems pretty good, although I hadn't really tried this bottom wing quite just yet. So All right, let's see. We're going to slide this on. Again, just to counterbalance it, because once I get the lower one on, I ought to be able to get, actually I probably should have done all the lowers first. Let's see how this locks in. Okay, that looks like a pretty decent fit so far. Let's try this one. And the wires, guys, the wing wires are not really structural. They're just, I think, mostly for cosmetic reasons, I think. Let's see how that's going to go on. No, that's going to fit in there. Okay, that's fitting on all right. And then, yeah, this is a mammoth airplane. Put this in place here. Yeah, I'm pumped to get this. I can't wait to get this out flying. Let's see, is it sticking on something? Oh, nope, there we go. A little tight. All right, obviously got past something. Yeah, that's big, guys. That's extra large. Let's raise that up. Try not to pinch the tail on anything, but yeah, look at the size of that. That is ginormous. Look at the size of that. In fact, I think I'm going to do, here, hang on. I'm going to do a selfie here. I'm going to do a selfie from the live show. Yeah, baby. Let's go in on there. There we go. Selfie from the live show. Yeah, that thing is huge, guys. Just an absolute monstrous plane. I mean, look at this thing. I can't wait to get this flying. I'm kind of curious. You know, again, there's no structure other than the spar. You do connect, you know, these with some struts to join the two together. And the upper wing does seem pretty tough. Let's see. Yeah, the upper wing, I mean, the spar gives it most of the structure, so the wing wires don't really, because they're connected with springs or something. If I think like it needs it, maybe I will make some structural wiring or something, but it's meant to not have, you know, not have that. So, but you can see this moves around a bit, but again, once you get those struts on here, that should tighten that up again. And the top wing looks pretty tough, so yeah, I mean, it's got a lot of spar in it, so there's minimal wrinkling in this whole thing. So, you know, a little bit of heat gun, a little bit of iron, about all you need, you know, to get this thing. Man, that's impressive. At the size of this, 1,800 millimeters, it is huge. So, yeah, nice fit and finish. So, or let's see, nice finish. Let's see, Mike Bird says, will you be getting the new FMS Futura? Yeah, that's on its way, guys. We'll be doing the Futura probably maybe even next time around. We'll see it's coming in. Yeah, it's a beautiful model, guys. I got to tell you, Albatross is just a cool plane. You know, you usually hear about Fokkers and Sopwiths and all kinds of stuff, but this Albatross, it's really cool. The roundness, the bullet-like, streamlined shape of the fuselage really is cool. I'm losing my chalk there. I definitely don't want to drop this off the table, guys. This is right on the edge, so. All right, guys, let's see. Windy in Nashville today, no flying, yeah. So let's see. That's not the Viper 90, that's from May. Okay, guys, we're going to get the Viper 90 out of the box next. Let's take this. If you guys have any more questions about this, I'm going to disassemble this. Go ahead and throw your questions out there, and I'll see if I can answer some. But we're going to have an assembly and a setup or assembly and all that stuff on this airplane, some sort of video on that. And I'll get to that here when I get it together. Again, I'll have tips and stuff. So May, the next guy is asking me, that's his name is May. The Viper 90, we'll be doing that right now or next. So we're just going to get this apart. So, guys, you got any questions, throw them out at me with this. But I'm really liking this Dancing Wings plane. Again, over at BitGo Hobby for now. Very nice model. I really like it. I'm dying to fly it. So we're going to power it with FMS, I think, with an FMS motor. In fact, here's what we got. This is what we're going to, I think this is what we're going to put in here. I've got FMS servos in the wings. But we're going to use this, this 50, 60, 360 kV. So I think this is what I'm going to put in there. They recommend a G90, but they don't have any in stock. So this is what I'm going to use. Well, this is an older 50, 60, 300 kV, but I have a newer one. Where was that? Oh, actually, that's right. Actually, I got that one over here. This is the older motor, which I took the wrong one out to show y'all. Put that back in the box. So we're going to go with this one. This is just the newer. That motor's good, but it's been in a lot of stuff. So this is the 50, 60, 300. This is the newest of the Predator motors. So, and this should do the job. So the 50, 60, 300 kV, you know, Predator motor. So we're going to put that in there. we're looking at getting one without a hex drive right now to put on here, this little hex drive deal. Or I'm going to work past that, but this is probably what I'll put. This is what powers the FMS 1700 millimeter Corsair P-51 and P-47, the big birds, you know, with the 3 and 4 bladed props. So it should have no problem turning this thing around. It should be kind of child's play, and probably should be pretty efficient, or more so efficient, I guess you could say. So, all right, so let's get the rest of this apart. All right, Viper 90's coming next. Hola, AC chillin'. Viper 90, it's coming, guys. Let me just get this. Let me get this put away. Okay, and then we'll get to the Viper. Let's pull these off of here. Get these wings. So get those off of there and put them somewhere. Let me get this bottom wing off. There we go. We'll slide that spar out. Get these down here. All right, let's see. Get this spar out. And that's it, guys. John Liebe said, thanks for showing the Albatross. Yep, this is cool. I get just a little quick update just to show you guys this thing. Just a quick look at it. It's coming together. It's just a little bit of a process. Not hard to assemble. It's just time consuming because there's a lot of little components and lining up the tail and all that kind of stuff. Again, I'll have a detailed, I might even do a live show where I actually just go through the instructions and then show you each part of the plane and what I did. It may be like that. So 300 kV, is this a 12 cell setup? It's actually a 6. I don't think it needs more than that. I'm going to set it up with an FMS system so I can use 6 or 8, depending on if I need more power. So, because I can always switch the 360 motor to a 300, which I have in stock, which I have in my inventory of stuff. So if it ends up being, and I want to put an 8S, I can go 300 kV and same thing. So, EQRC's in the house. Is your Dynam Albatross for sale? I don't have a Dynam Albatross. I only have this one, this Dancing Wings plane. So, let's see. Steve Humphreys say, hi, just got here. All right, guys, we're starting on the unbox of the Viper next. Again, Dancing Wings, guys, at BitGo Hobby. I'm going to throw it up on the channel for you guys to check out. Once again, here it is. Let's go on the website. There it is. At BitGo Hobby. You guys can check it out right there. It's a very nice model. A lot of bang for the buck. Super awesome woodwork on this deal. So let me get this back here. Again, if you guys think about getting one, I can definitely recommend it for now. I'll know better when I fly it, but so far I've seen it fly. It definitely flies well. So I've seen videos of it. Saw one in a gas configuration fly, and it seemed to fly real nicely. So, you know, I think it's going to be a nicer electric plane, honestly. I hate to get oil and stuff like all over it. So, all right, let's see. Let me throw back up here my chat. I'll shrink that. I'm going to get that off of there. All right, guys, what do we got? Let's see. No, I never had the foam one. I've only had this one. And again, it's my first World War I plane. So, let's see what we got. We are about an hour into this, a little bit less. So, and it's time for the Viper, man. It's time for the Viper, the FMS Viper. There it is. All right, let's see. May says, I have the Freewing Avante for about half a year and wondering if the Viper will be an upgrade. Probably not. No, the Vipers is like they're both, man, they're similar, but I mean, this is a full-on 90 millimeter retractable gear doors, I believe. Yeah, it's got the center, no, it doesn't have center doors, but it's got the nose gear doors on it. It's got lights. That's the thing, is this one's got wing lights. If you look at the picture down there, it's got wingtip lights, and I think it's got a strobe. No, is it a light on the bottom? I don't remember. I think it's got an underneath light, but you know, it's a bigger jet. It's a bigger class of jet. Nicer flaps, nicer. Well, you'll see. We're going to open it up here. Y'all can see it. So the Viper is definitely probably an upgrade, probably in class, for sure size, but definitely class because it's a 90 millimeter. It's big. So, hey, Rich. Leslie RC Fun said, hey, Rich, are you going Tross a pilot? I'm not sure what that means. Don't think you're going to do a regular flight stunts with the Albatross. Right. The Albatross is just, you're going to do graceful maneuvers with it, probably do some loops, maybe do some rolls. I mean, it's a fighter, so you sort of fly like a fighter, but I mean, you can only pull on it so hard. So yeah, just going to do regular flying around with it. Again, even though it's a fighter, All right, guys, we got 50 guys in the house. I want to thank everybody for coming. All right, so Viper 90, non-US market version. So super cool paint job. I cannot wait to get this out of the, I love the paint job. Dark blue, neon, and I guess that's white or gray on it. So 90 millimeter plug and play. There's some of the specs on it. I don't know if it's, here, let's get in on there and look at that. 90 millimeter Viper, there you go. The length is 1400 millimeter, wingspan's 1280. There's the weight, 3250 on the grams, 1900 kV. Okay, 120 amp speed controller. So if it's got the 120, if it's the one I think it is, it may even have reverse thrust that you can program with a separate channel. 13 gram servos, 110, 120 millimeter. That's probably the CG. 90 millimeter Pro fan and a 6 cell, 5 to 6,000 or whatever 6,000 you can get in there. So let's see. Viper basically the same as the E-Flight Viper 90. Yep, this is just, again, guys, I'm going to do some videos of this thing. For like the Chinese market and stuff, so I'm just showing it to you guys. It's, you know, it's like I said, it's a non-US market airplane, and I'm just sort of showing it off to everybody, so you guys have something different to look at. That's all. And then, is there anything on the end of it? Yeah, just some Chinese writing. See, it says some Chinese stuff that I don't understand what it means. Some more Chinese stuff all around it. But yeah, let's get it out of the box. Or I already pulled it out, so let's get this out. Like I said, I've been pumped to take a look at what this thing is. So. Yeah, so since we can't read the box, we'll just get rid of that. And let's get, I'm reading all the messages here you guys are sending me. So, Leslie RC Fun, hey Rich, are you going to, going to use a pilot? A pilot for what? If you're talking about, here, hang on a sec. If you're talking about the Albatross, yeah. And in fact, it comes with one. In fact, this is my parts thing. This is my Ernst manufacturing tray, but some of the best stands and trays around, made in the USA, of course. But you can see here, this is the pilot that comes with it. So I thought about maybe putting a more scale guy in there if I can get a hold of one, but this guy came with it, so, and he's not bad. You know, I don't know why they didn't paint the front of his chest, or maybe they masked it wrong or something, but still, I mean, it's a fairly decent pilot. That comes in there, so. But yeah, this is my parts tray. Like I said, I put all my stuff for my plane I'm working on in one of these Ernst trays as I'm working on it, so everything's kind of consolidated in one place and I don't have stuff all over the darn place like I do with everything else. So stuff's all over. In fact, here's your here's the wing struts that we got to put on. I'm not gonna, we'll get those on there later for the Albatross or whatever. So these are all, I think these are carbon. I'm not sure, fiberglass or carbon or something, but I don't think they're aluminum because they flex and they don't. Anyway, so all right, let's get the Viper. Let's get the Viper. Let me put that down. Let's get that Viper jet. All right, Rich dies on his YouTube channel from falling. All right, here it is, guys. This is it. Some of this. I have not taken this out yet, guys. Like I said, this has not even been untaped yet. So you guys are going to get to see it first. So that's how it looks in there, folks. Really sweet. EQRC, Rich, do you think E-Flight is on its way out? No, I don't think, no. E-Flight, why would you say that? No. No, E-Flight makes some of the greatest stuff, man. Their bind and fly, this E-Flight bind and fly stuff is like the best. I mean, it really is cool. So, let's see. EQ says FMS is making a lot of the same planes. Yeah, they're similar. Yeah, I mean, that's just how it is. So, it's all a branding issue, I guess. But, all right, guys, here's the top view. Let me get some of my stuff out of here. Put that down. Get it out of here, and then I'll put this where y'all can see it a little bit better. Actually, let me pan out on that a little bit. That might be, nope, I'm fully panned out. I gotta lower the table. Table's too high. Get that coming down. And there we go, guys. That is what this looks like. I will grab, that's hitting my, all I need is a hobby knife now. Let me grab that. Hobby knife out of here. We're going to cut this open right along here. Zip. I'm going to cut there. All right, this is nice. Cut it open. So first time you guys looking at this, first time me looking at this, actually that one was already about to fall off. No, that one's coming up. I'm just going to pull that off actually. It's probably a little easier. That's already come up. Let me get this up and out of the way. I'm going to cut these. Let's see, I'm going to cut right here. Let's see, we'll cut here. All right, let's see what we got. Cut, that's already cut, that's already gone, and that's already off. All right, so we'll just get rid of that. All right, that is it. Let's go to the top view one more time here. And we'll pull these off. Put those down there. And let's check this out. Look at that. Beautiful wing panel. Look at that. Look at the detail on that. And you got your offset flap hinges there that extend out. So see if I can get that to, nope, can't get that to move. That thing's tight. Finish is super nice. Look at that. Nice wingtip light right in there. Looks like they got the line, the light is a little bit tweaked on there. Let's see how that, yeah, it looks like they didn't get the quite, I mean the light is in there, the D.III light, but it's kind of angled up. So I might peel this later. I might peel this lens cover off. Just kind of peel it up and then just straighten that out and then use a little foam tack just to glue that back down, just so it's sitting straight. But right on the end is another D.III light too, another high. Man, the finish on this is nice, man. Look at that. That is slick. Very, very cool. Very nice finish. Sorry about that. That was my head. But I love the paint job. It's nice and bright, nice and contrasty. There you go. Very cool. Aileron with the horn on it. Rods, horns, linkages all installed already. Landing gears on there. Ball bearing wheels. Yeah, really cool. So you go back to my regular. You guys can see what that looks like. We're going to put this right down here on some of my China Hobbyline batteries. I'm just going to support that right there very carefully. We'll pull the other wing out. There you go. Very nice. Yeah, very cool. It's got, let me grab my remote here. You guys can see the end of the wing and what that looks like. 2 spars going there for the wing, through the wing, and then you got your 3 connections right there. So nice plastic fittings here. Nice plastic fittings back here where the spars go through. But there's your connections for your aileron, your flap, your lights, your gear. You know, everything is pretty much right there. So super, super nice. The finish on this, actually I love the paint. It's just a 2-tone, like I said, super nice. In fact, let me zoom in on that so y'all can see a little better. Yeah, you never know, guys. Enough people ask for it. You never know. These could end up in the U.S. market. You know, they could do a production run maybe. Just an idea. Just an idea. So, but there it is. But I love the 2-tone with the white trim right here. A little additional. I think because Viper stands out on that color, just awesome. The white trim. So here, let me back this off. I'm going to put this wing right on top. Get that put away. And then let's get back to the next piece, which you guys can see through the top. I'm just pulling this thing out of here. And I'm pulling this piece out of here. There we go. And there's our vertical. Look at that. Nice white tail. Look at that. Nice plastic doublers all the way around. Really cool. Yeah, nice. Super nice. It almost seemed like it maybe needs a little more white in it somewhere, you know, in a couple places. But I like it. I like the triple tone paint job there. So, all right, we got Reed's RC. Besides the scheme, it looks very identical. Yeah, let's see. Lionel Randall. Yeah, EQE flight is name only. Flight, yeah, okay, yeah, MXF for planes. John T. Because it's the same plane. Yeah, it's a nice model, guys. It's very cool. So, I do like this paint job though. This is a pretty cool paint job. Here's the horizontal coming out of here. So that's pretty sweet. We'll flip and turn that around. You guys can check it out. The underside is all blue. So that might be a good place for some white stripes or something under there just to brighten it up. But yeah, very neat. Look at that. That's cool. Check that out. Yeah, I definitely like that paint job. But the finish, look at the finish. In fact, I'll just kind of tilt this so you guys can see the reflection on it. It's glassy smooth. It doesn't even, you know, you can't even really see any of the foam beads on it at all. And it's rigid. It's pretty solid. It's got a good spar going through it. It looks like running through, yeah, actually there's one going, you can see from here, it goes straight across. So there is a spar running through there. Nicely hinged, submerged hinges all the way around. So very cool. You can see how that is. None of the V-notch stuff. There's still some groups out there using V-notch hinges, and sometimes you need them sometimes it's good at a certain place. Or if you don't need it, it just keeps the plane economical. But this one, man, it's got you know, your submerged style hinges kind of all the way around it. Let me see if I can get that back to where it's supposed to be. There we go, nice and centered. So that'll plug in nicely with just a few screws. Let's put that in the back. And let's open up the top here. Let's go to the top view one more time here, folks. Let me off, and you guys can see what's in there. How nice that is. So lots of parts. Nice layout. In fact, let me go like this. Go back to my other view here. You guys can see this is just real nice. How they did this, how they put this in here. So there she is. There she is, ready to go. Yeah, this one's going to look good zooming around the sky. Definitely. This one's going to look cool. So, yeah, I like that. That's sharp. All right, let's go back to, let me go wide here. Let me go back to my top view. You all can get this nice and straight. You guys can see all this. There we go. Fantastic. So, let's see. We'll get these out of here. Here's your ventral fins. I usually store these inside the canopy. Okay, these are nice because they got structure. They got structure right here. These are designed in there, so you know, as you insert these in the bottom, this provides some support so that the fin isn't sitting there twisting around. So yeah, they did a super job on those. Very, very nice. So let me back off. There's a light right there on the top, like I was telling you about. So there are some more lights on this plane, not just the wingtips. So I got my camera wobbling back there. Let me try to straighten that out. We'll put these around to the side. And then let's say we got some wingtips that just attach right on there with nice lens covers. So they did a nice job with this. Let's see, let me zoom. You guys can see that. Yeah, very cool. That just is going to bolt, just slides right onto the wingtip. Very nice. Again, almost can't even see the beads in that. Yeah, I'm impressed. Very nice. All right, so let's put that aside. Let's go back to our regular zoom. Out here, here's our nose cone. They just stick that right in there. That's just magnetic. Goes right on the front. And they stick the screws on there, so the screws stick to it. So not bad. It has a nice plastic tip. It's pretty cool. John G says, nicely done. Yeah, cool looking plane. EQ says the wild paint jobs on sport jets are cool. Yeah. Let's see. John T says there is a world beyond the U.S. guys. All right, yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on in other places too. So let's pull our spars out. Okay, spars, one's inside of the other. So we're going to put this together for everybody as best we can here. See if I can unpeel this. Let's stick in, stick in, stick in. There we go. I'll go back to the regular view, pull this out, and see if I can push it through. Yeah, it's probably better. So 2 spars, or these are the main, yeah, actually got 2 spars for the wing. There's 2 of them in there. This one I think is fiberglass, I think. This one I think is carbon. Yeah, because the thinner one is carbon because it's a little more rigid. This one probably is fiberglass because it's thicker and it doesn't really need to be carbon. If you make it thicker, then it's generally tougher, so you don't need to spend the money on the carbon. So this plane doesn't need it. So, all right, so those 2 spars are going to go right there, and I'm going to write FMS Viper 90 on it so I don't lose it. All right, here we go. Got an instruction manual. See, and I'm showing it to the wrong camera. There it is. FMS Viper, all the instructions. Oh, we got a reflex manual, so we've got reflex in this. So reflex is installed. So there's our reflex instruction manual right there. Mike SSI, EQRC FMS is watching your videos. Yes, they are. Let's see. Makes them go faster. All right, let's see. Let's put this over here. And then, of course, they also include right here, guys, a programming cable way here. So this is for programming your reflex. And let's pull this out. We'll get this up and out of the box. And I think that's probably about all we need to do. I'll flip that to the regular view so you guys can see that. Let me zoom or raise the table here. And you guys can get a look at that. That's slick. Man, I tell you, the blue, the neon orange, this is probably the same color, if I was going to take a guess, as the Super Scorpion. Probably. And then the white, man, that looks sharp. I almost feel like it would be cool if it had a little more white trim, just a little extra, but it's about right. They did a pretty good job with it. Here, let me switch my camera view real quick one more time. You guys can see down here. Let me pull the top cover off here. Okay, we'll get the canopy off. It's got a nice latch canopy. And then right here, here you go. Reflex mounted, guys, ready to go. So all you got to do is just put your plugins in there and we're ready to rock and roll. So I'm seeing my Velcro in here, which I'm going to pull off right away because I'm going to shelf liner this baby. Let me just pull this off for right now. There we go. I always get that out of there because I'm going to use my shelf liner. I'll stick that down on the table there. Get to that later, but yeah, there's your inside section there. Again, reflex on the table for the stabilizer. That's your, and then the receiver can go like anywhere. So, and then here we go. Yep. Look, they used a 120. They used a 120 speed controller in this, so you can see the fourth line. If you guys notice that fourth line on the receiver. So, or on the speed controller, I should say. This fourth line right here. There's your thrust reverse. Okay, you got to have a separate channel to plug that in, but you know, hey, you got thrust reverse now. So anyway, that's in there. All these things are Y harness, the flaps, the gear, all the plugins. Everything's ready to go right into your receiver. So, all right, that's slick. Nice latch. And then we've got below, I think we had another light. Yeah, here's another light down below. So the plane's kind of chock full of lights. I don't think it has a landing light other than the wingtip lights, but that'll, you know, that'll get the job done. So here, let's put that down on the table. Very nice looking jet. So let's get it all together here. So V2 reflex can be reprogrammed for other FMS planes. Yes, that is correct. And in fact, I can actually even show you guys that really quick. Let me put this box right over there and let me find a stand to put this on. And in fact, you know what I'm probably going to do? Ah, there we go. I'm just going to go grab a stand that I got sitting right over here that I kind of forgot was right here. Let's go with this. Let me try this stand first because it's a good tabletop stand. But I think almost anything will work on this. So yeah, that does the job. In fact, let me do it this way. Let me turn it around. So y'all can see it. Now that's going to look good with an afterburner in the tail. So, and we'll probably throw one of those in there. I'm not sure if we'll get it done today, but here, let's get that on there. So let's see what the manual shows first. We're getting this thing together. All right, let's see. Let's go to the top. Swap my thing. I'm watching the chat log. I'm getting a little better at that. So Pontiac F is here. Looks nice, but you have to clean up your shop. Yeah. Well, I don't have time to clean up because I'm just I go from one thing to the next, and if it gets too much, then I stop and clean. So yeah, it's a mess. Mike SSI is in the house. Jess Harris is here. Captain Mike is still in the cockpit. Is that who that is? I hadn't heard that before. So, so we got the instructions here. 56 guys watching, so I appreciate everybody coming. So let's take a quick, fast look at the instruction manual. I don't know if we're going to reference this all that much, too much, because there's really not a lot to it. But, you know, there's our parts we just talked about. It's all there. They go into the CG. There's our reflex instructions that just fell. Let's see what we got here. It says to put our tail on first. That's pretty straightforward. Okay. And then we'll get our vertical on. And then this is getting our wing on with our wing tip. There's our ventral fins on the underside. And getting our battery and all that. So that's pretty simple. Not a lot to that. There's our CG. Okay, 110 to 120. So we're basically going to slap this together kind of as quick as we can here and see if we can get it booted up and going. So let's see what we got here. Yeah, let's go. So let's get the tail on. It shows that the tail is 10 millimeters. The vertical is 10 millimeters. And what does it show for the wings? Wings are 10 millimeters. So there's same size screws for the whole airplane. So, you know, that's about as easy as it gets, folks. So let's get this all together. We're going to start off with this back section right here. And let's get our horizontal. And for the speed of this thing, guys, I'm just going to plug this all in and go. So normally I check all the connections of this, and I'll probably go back later and just check them again, but rather than go through all that right now, I'll just kind of slap this together for the speed of the assembly of this. So you don't have to tighten your connections. It's just something I do, especially if I find one that's loose. I guess if they're real tight and they go on, then it's really not that critical of a thing. So, but it's good to make sure they're tight, okay? If you put a connection together and they're really loose, then go and tighten them. Again, I put out a video about doing that called Save Your Plane. And, you know, it's a way to go. It minimizes error. So here, let's see. You guys got a good zoom in here. Let me see if I can get this to the edge. Here's our tail. We're going to get this all on here. This has the nice locking tabs on here. So we'll get those in place. So I'm just going to get this together like as quickly as I can. Quickly and as safely as possible. So I'm going to make these two connections just to kind of get speed going through here. Elevator. Let's get this. I'm trying to see if those seem like they're tight or if they're loose. Yeah, well, let's just try it. Let's just get it together that way. They seem like they're okay. But anyway, you can see your speed controller wires through here. This is a good opportunity to look in there now that I'm here. Let me lower this. Okay, I'm going to put this plane in a little bit of a bank so you guys can see this without dropping and breaking stuff. That's how I dent my planes, is by doing this kind of stuff. All right, so I'm going to put this down here. Let me see if I can get this to line up here. It's not going in. There we go. I wanted to show you guys this. This is a good time to inspect these wires right here. These are 3 motor wires, and I can see they're all put together pretty nice. They're all connected well. Here's where you can unbolt the fan from underneath and literally just squeeze those together, make sure they're tight. But it looks like they've got them. They use some what is it? Some filament tape, basically, is what that is. In fact, I can zoom even tighter on that and show y'all. See that? They used some filament tape. It's basically strings in the tape to keep them together, and it's real sticky tape. So, and you can see the joints. The joints in there look good. I don't see any metal between the two. So they got those on there pretty tight. So that's something you'll want to check. You know, make sure they got it right. So here we go. Let me pull this back over here, and let me angle my camera a bit here so y'all can see that a little bit better. Yeah, my shop's a disaster, but hey, man, stuff gets done here. Can't get anything done in a clean shop, honestly. Let's see. So I'm going to put these right down in place. This should fit in here, and that is it. It slides right down in there. That is it. So we put some screws in there. And where were the screws? Oh, man, let me grab those. The screws were right here in the nose cone, if you remember. They're just sitting there attached to that magnet in there, so they did kind of nice with that. Since there's only one set of screws, I'm just going to throw these on the table. I don't really need the tool organizer for it, so unless I drop them and they go flying everywhere. So, all right, let's see. Who's heading out? Is anybody leaving? Let's see. Take care, EQ. I guess he's got to go. EQ. Okay, Pot's got to run. I've got guns to mount on his F6F. See you, Eric. See you, Eric. All right, let's see. I'm going to drop these on the table since they're all the same size. And I'm going to drop these two in here. I think that's what the instructions said to do. Because I think the top ones just go, yeah, if I remember correctly. Yep, that's it. These 2 rear ones go on, then the vertical, and then you got 3 that go on. So that's pretty cool. Let me grab my tool for that. There we go. 2 millimeter, folks, right there. 2 millimeter. So for a 3 millimeter screw. So we'll get that in place. Tighten that one. Oh, don't go too tight. If you go too tight, you start seeing your foam begin to. And actually, that's a good way to show that. Actually, if you start tightening it too much, okay, you start seeing this. Okay, it starts bending right around here. So when this bends, that means you've kind of over-tightened it just a little bit. So just be careful of that. No need to over-tighten it. Just get it tight enough where it's down there. It's just foam. So you could way over-tighten this, you know, and compress the you-know-what out of this thing. So you don't need to go very tight. This one's going down. I can feel that one getting tight too. And then you check the view underneath. You know, make sure it's not overly compressing. You can kind of look right here too, under here. Make sure it's not squeezing too much. But we've got more screws to put on there too. So, you know, there's more to that than just what we're looking at. So, all right, let me zoom in here. I'm going to take my vertical and I'm going to connect this. And in fact, you know what? Since I am here and I have a second to do this, I am going to go ahead and just tighten these 3 now that I'm thinking about it. So let's just do this real fast. Just to do a quick tightening of these since I am going to close this up a little bit. I can always unscrew this and do it later. But I'm going to tighten my rudder. Just my 3 little connectors there, so that's good. I'm actually going to go back and do these elevators real quick. since I don't really want to necessarily open this again, but it's not a big deal. There's only a few screws. So let me get this tightened right there. And I'm going to get in on that so everybody can sort of see what I'm doing there. Let me get into the zoom action there. So there it is. Nope, too much zoom, sorry. My bad, there it is. Just going to tighten these up. I'm just eyeballing it as I tighten those. Yeah, get those 3. You can see if you learn to do it quickly, it does go pretty fast. Let's see, did we get all of those? Yeah, that one looks good. Let me just check this last one. Go back to the first one real quick. All right, those are tight. Let's see if that's going to go on there. Any tighter? Yeah, I can feel it going in there a little tighter, so that's a good way to go. Let me get the next one. Just undo this real fast. This should not be a big deal. Get this out of here. There we go. Pull that out. Again, just a quick tightening of this. Just pushing down on those metal tabs a little bit, carefully. Okay. And we'll pop that in place. Yeah, it's going in a little tighter. I can definitely feel it's going in a little tighter. So those are reinserted. And then I'm going to do one more thing, just because I'm thinking about it right now. This is connected with a Y harness right here. So I'm going to check that one too, just because it happens to be there. There we go. Let me go down a little bit. Sorry guys, that's my camera. All right, we're going to unplug this one and see how tight this one was in there. Because that's a Y harness for my elevator. They put a tiny Y harness back there. Get the 3 of these tight. There we go. Yep, that should be good. And if you have a problem with it later, it's just 5 screws. The whole thing comes off. So that is that. So all right, so we got the elevator in there. There's our 120 amp ESC. I can see it right down in there. I'm going to put these into place right there. We'll get our rudder put on. Let me back off on the zoom a little bit. We're going to make our rudder connection. Now that everything's nice and tight back here, everything should work well. I love screw together airplanes. It makes life so much easier. All right, so let's get this around there. I'm going to put all these connections right down in here. And then we're going to drop this whole thing in place. So everything fits so they're nice. You can see all the wires are in there. This might be about one of the easiest planes to really assemble. It's going in there nicely. And that's it. So I'm going to just carefully push this down. Put the point of this in first because this is plastic. You don't want to damage this part. So you kind of shoehorn it in a little bit. And then we'll just lower this in. And that should all fit in there pretty nice. Let's see if we can get that. Yep, it all fell. Oh, shoot, that went right into place. Yep. Perfect fit. Everything fits nice. Got a nice smooth, everything fits. Nice line up there. So now we'll just get our screws in. I'm going to drop one in there, 10 millimeter in there. 10 here on the other side. Going to tighten those up. So you can feel them when they get tight. Just tightening it up. I can feel it biting, and it's biting down nice and tight. That's plastic to plastic right there. This one will go down. Tighten that one. And you can probably should be able to see when it compresses. So that's all biting in there. It's all integral. The plastic little posts come up through there. I'm getting messages from some people here as I'm doing this. So let me just take a look at my phone real quick as I'm doing this. Look at my phone and do this at the same time. So I'll get this side right here. If you guys will be able to see that, probably can. Get that going in. Very nice. Very nice. That's some nice tail there, baby. It's going on. Yeah, it's tightening because it's plastic to plastic. These are plastic to plastic connections, meaning that plastic post kind of comes up through here. And then this actually tightens down onto plastic. So you can actually get this tight. You don't have to actually worry about the foam compression. I kind of forgot about that. So let me see my phone. Let's go back to the front. You guys can see how it's starting to look. It's starting to look pretty slick. And there's our tail installed, guys. 5 screws. 5 screws and that baby is in place. Let me just check my phone real quick, see if I'm getting any messages from folks. I'm getting all kinds of stuff coming across. Let's see. What do we got? Some messages. All right. Okay. All right, cool. Let's see that. All right, let me see. Let me close that up. All right, then we got our wing. Wing goes on next, guys. 2 spars. we're just going to do this right here. Again, probably one of the nicest assembling airplanes around. Let me get the rest of the tape off of this. And I'm going to stick one spar through here. You guys can see that coming through. I'll get the next one through the tail, through the side. Where is that at? There we go. Slide that one right through. You can see that coming through. So 2 spars, guys, that's it. Oh no, it's falling out. It's getting me where I don't want to be gotten. There you go, guys. 2 spars in there. Ooh, don't drop that. All right, let's get the wings on. In fact, you know what I'm going to do, just for simplicity, make my life a little easier. I'm going to put the wing tips on. And you guys can see that right here. There's our wingtip connection. You can see how nice that is. Just going to put that right in place. I'm going to put it to the front and then just kind of slide it back into place, and that's it. That's our wingtip in place. So we'll get that wing on next. And that's it. All your connections are made when you plug this thing in. Everything's, you know, landing gear, flaps, lights, everything connects. These plastic to plastic connections, you kind of can't beat how nice they are. And that's it. In fact, we'll do the other one from the top view so you guys can kind of see how that goes in. Yeah, beautiful fit, man. And you can grab, the nice thing is you can grab the plastic and really push it in there. So that's pretty sweet. And because it's out of balance, I got to hold it while I get this on. And I probably should have done the other one first, but here, let's do this. Let me go ahead and take this. I'm going to slide this. Actually, let me do something else instead first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this up on its side if I can make it stay. Let's see if I can make that stay, because I wanted to show you all this last piece, which I think I can do here. Man, I need another arm. Definitely need another arm. Again, I'm going to throw this on. I'm just going to put my wingtip in place. See how nice that baby is? How nice of a fit that is? Oh, I love it. I love the way these wingtips go on. And this is great because removing these for transport, holy smokes, makes life a whole lot easier. So I'm just doing this with sort of one hand. That's why it's kind of tougher. But all right, we got that on. And then let's get this wing in place. You can see it from this angle now. I'm just going to take this wing, slide that on. See if I can get this to line up. Just got to wiggle it a little bit. If you have to, use some sandpaper, you know, and round the edge of your tubes. You can just kind of run it if it's not going in, but this seems to be going in okay, and you guys can see that pops right in. So it doesn't really get, you know, too much better than that, guys, for ease of construction. That's pretty much the whole airplane. There's our nose cone. Just going to put that on. It's magnetic. So that looks a little gaitered a little bit there. That might be just from heat of transport coming from China. So let me see if I can flip this around without dinging anything. Make sure we're clear. Oh, I can't wait to tear it up with this. I'm going to have to let Gavin fly this. So I think me and Gavin will be doing some tandem with this stuff. So wherever he's at. How come he's not on the thing? Let's see. I'm going to put, since I got these here, well, you know what, I'll do that in a second. Let's get the screws in place, because there's a couple screws to put on, only a few. Beautiful assembling jet, guys. So let me see if I can get, all right, there we go. Put that in there, put that in there. Again, just a couple of screws here. That one's not going in because it's not quite lined up, but I'll line it up here in a second. So I'll put that down in place. That one's not going in either. You just got to push the wing in. I'm just going to push it in. Once you push it in, that'll drop in. Again, push this, just squeeze these, and that'll go into place. So I'll see if I can get that to jive in there. Tighten that one up. All right, it doesn't seem to want to go because it's not kind of in there all the way. There we go. It's a little bit of squeezing. It'll go in there. It's kind of hard to see what I'm sorry. I'm blocking that. And that should bottom out. I should feel that, actually that should grip as it goes down. Yeah, see now it's going again. Another plastic to plastic joint, so you should feel that get tight as you get that in there. Yeah, these are popping out of there. So let's go with this. Try and get this one in place. And that's going in nice. Same thing, plastic to plastic connection. So this is one of those things you don't have to worry about compressing the foam or whatever. And then also as you're putting this together, if you have to put your body against part of this and then pull the wing together, pull the wing, pull it in, okay? to line the holes up. That's what you sometimes might have to do. It works better that way. These screws really countersink deep, kind of deep into there. So again, plastic to plastic connection right there. And this hole doesn't line up all that great, but here's what you do again. Just put your body on the fuselage right here. Grab your leading edge of your wing like here, or actually farther down. And then as you can see that gap, as you push this down, the hole will line up better. See that gap right there? Just push it on, and then that hole will line up. So and that's how you get it all going there. So get that screw in there. There we go. And that should line up pretty nice right in there. Eventually, there we go. Got it in there okay. So, and that is it, guys. Let me switch the view again. Go back to here, get that tight. Man, beautiful fit. Plastic to plastic is always the way to go. If you've got that kind of, I mean, this plane is just fantastic the way it goes together. And then also our ventral fins here. I'm actually going to zoom on that for everybody so y'all can kind of get the gist of that. Let me see where my other remote is. We're going to get in on that so everybody can see. There we go. We're going to raise the table. There we go. And that should focus once we get there. All right, yay. All right, and there's our ventral fin installation. You literally take one of these. And again, this is sweet because it's got this little rib right here that fits right into that slot. Looks like the FMS goes on the outside. You push it, and then you push the whole thing backwards. And that's it. It's on there. Man, I got to love the colors of this thing. I'm going to put the other one on here. Let's get that one going. Ah, just fantastic. You got to love this. All right, let's see. Let's get that. Man, that one's not going to go on there. Well, I've lost one of these before in flight. They've flown off on me. So, and let's see. That is it, guys. We've got that whole tail together. Dual remotes. Look at that. How many people can tell you they can do dual remotes at the same time? Getting good at all that. So I just need a helmet with a mind control link to all my cameras. If I had that, I'd be set. All right. Really like it when all the fittings are the same size. Yeah, that's nice. All the screws are the same. You need another screw for the vertical. Oh, did I miss one? Oh, maybe I did. Let's see. No, I don't think so. There's just the vertical's just got those three. So, I mean, all you've got, this is a beautiful plane, man. I didn't realize how nice this was in the pictures. It looks cool, but in real life, holy smokes. That's cool, man. That definitely has a high cool factor. So, yeah, it's just a little bit of white trim. That's all it has, but it looks cool. Hey, Rich, is this Viper on pre-order or is it available through your link? This one is not, guys. Again, this is a non-US market, you know, FMS Viper. So it's just, I'm showing it to you guys just as a show and tell. You know, there's not really anywhere in the USA to get it. So, but I'm just showing it off to give you guys a different paint job to look at it. And also, you know, you never know. You know, if there's enough inquiries, enough people are asking for it. You never know. Maybe they'll do a production run for this, you know, in the USA. You never know. It could happen. I mean, I just throwing the idea out there. So you never know. So John G said that should haul butt. Yeah, it'll zoom through the air. This thing will be smoking along. It says, are those aluminum or plastic? They're plastic, but you know what? They're very good rims. They're the same wheels, and they're bearing support. That's the thing. They're all ball bearing. Same wheels as the FMS Super Scorpion. Same wheels as the FMS A10. I also put those wheels on my Freewing F-14 Tomcat because they're very scale looking. So, but here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put really fast. I'm going to see if I can get the landing gear down because I have my servo tester kind of right here, which I usually kind of keep around for just this sort of thing. And then we may actually hook up the receiver and go. So let's see what kind of time we're doing right now. We're at 3:30, so we're good on time. Let me see if I can get my glasses on here. I'm just going to grab the landing gear channel right here. Gear right here. I'm just going to plug in my servo tester. And let's see if I can get the wheels down. And we'll go with it. Here, let me plug this in. There we go. We got that. We're in manual. All right, let's see if we can get those coming down. Hey, it's a thing of beauty. Yep, definitely can't complain about that. Those are working real nice. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to run this through the center here. There's a cooling hole right in the center because this thing is really designed for speed and cooling, so they actually got nice cooling holes all over this model. Here, so this way I can actually run that through like that. I can unplug this, and I can flip this so y'all can really see the landing gear on this thing. It's impressive how it is. Let me get this on the edge so I'm not dinging my rudder, my vertical here. I can put that right on the corner, I think. Yeah, I ought to be able to do that. Let's try not to roll it off the table, though. So let me roll this on down. And then I can connect this to my servo tester here. Let's see, but here, let me zoom in a little bit for a couple things. Here, let's get that rolling lower. All right, there we go. So here's your landing gear. Great compression. Again, ball bearing wheels. And I'll get the other wheel up there so y'all can see. Super nice wheel, very scale. This is what I put on my Freewing F14 Tomcat because they look a lot like Tomcat wheels, very similar. And they roll wheel well. They're great on grass. They're foam, but they're a little hard foam. So a little tougher landing on cement, but you know, still not bad. And then you know, you got your nose gear here, which super nice here. Let's go to the nose gear. Let's go down. No, that's the other way. It's China Hobbyline batteries right there. Look. No, I went to the wrong side, didn't I? No wonder I couldn't find them. The nose gear's that way. So there you go, guys. Nose strut. Great compression on that as well. Okay. So super, super nice. So here, let's back off on the zoom. We'll show you the gear operating and cycling one more time. There it is. Here, we'll zoom on that. You guys can see how nice that stuff works. Here we go. Yeah, you got to love it. Right out of the box. Retracts very nicely. No doors here. There are doors here for the side, but not the center, which is fine. It just kind of cuts down on the complexity. But you've got your really nice ventilated nose wheel door, cooling hole here, light. You know, here's your fan hatch cover right back here. But yeah, gear works beautifully. Outstanding. So yeah, I like that. So let's see if we can get this all hooked up. Let's see if I can get the lights on it working at least. But that is it. Let me unplug that. I'm going to put this down. Oh yeah, very cool, very cool. Wrapping that wire around. So we're going to put this down here. Let's see what we got. Make sure this doesn't roll off the table. But there we go. Let me chalk it here. I got a wheel chalk here. I'm going to chalk this outboard one here. It needs some weight in the nose because it needs a battery in it. But let me chalk this wheel so it doesn't roll anywhere. And then I'm going to lift up this canopy. And I'm going to throw my Spectrum 5000 pack in the front of this just to keep the nose down, just to get it on some weight on the wheels. But very cool. Great suspension. And let's see, what else we got? You forgot the screw for the vertical stabilizer. No, I didn't. That one's in there. Like I said, there's one here, and one here. 3 for those. Unless it fell out, but let me look real quick. What did I do with that thing? No, I'm pretty sure I got that in there. Yep, that was it. So, all right. Let's see what we got. Let me see what other questions we got. Rob's RC. Hey, Rich, is this, oh, you already asked that. Say, agreed, nice indeed. A good-looking plane, like the plane. Yeah, this scheme's awesome. Let's see. I don't know. You might be able to get it from places. Let's see. Slip some Dave Brown foams over the nice rims. Yeah, you could do that. You do it all the time. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. Here, what does this say? E-Cyclone says, why FMS not sell to the U.S. market? Easy money. Yeah, it is easy money. Yeah, hopefully everybody watching this will get the hang of that. 73 guys watching. I appreciate everybody coming on Saturday again. The FMS Viper jet. You can't beat this thing. So let's see. Let me see if I can get this a little more centered on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in a standard old regular receiver, I think. I don't need a reflex. Where did I put that receiver? Oh, here we go. I've got a relatively old school here, guys. I'm going to try this one out and see if I can get this going. I got a relatively old school DSMX 8-channel, receiver here. So because I need an extra channel to be able to switch, because I got aileron, elevator, rudder, throttle, flaps, and gear. Okay, I'm going to need a switch. Okay, if I want to be able to switch the reflex. Okay, and I'm going to need an eighth in the event that I want to use the reverse thrust, because this is a manual one. It's not like it's through digitally, you know, through the E-flite, through the Spectrum receiver, because it doesn't have one. So you need the manual ability. So you probably need 8 channels to use all that. Now this airplane doesn't really need reverse thrust. Okay, you don't have to use reverse thrust in this, but if you want it, you'll need the extra channel for it. That's all. So let me unplug everything out of here. I'm going to see how quickly I can get this going. Let's just try to see how fast I can go with this. So I'm going to put my glasses on real quick. And somebody came in the front door, my front doorbell thing. So I'm going to pull my throttle line out of here. Okay, the reflex stabilization has a throttle line. I don't like running the throttle through there. Okay, I just don't. I've done it, and it gives you a little bit of throttle at low if you're in the safe mode or something. So I don't like to use that. So I just bypass my reflex. I just don't reflex my throttle channel. I just run my throttle channel straight, directly, okay, into my receiver. So I'm just going to plug that right in. This aux line, okay, in fact, I'll see if I can zoom on that a little better for everybody. Let me see if I can get a little better setup for everybody. There we go. I'm going to zoom in. Let's get all that going. There's a lot of wires in there, but it's pretty simple. Actually, one of the things that's cool about, actually, I just lost my grip on this thing. Hang on a second, guys. I got to tighten this thing. I'm losing, yeah, I don't want my camera flopping around too much here. Let me move it just a little bit. I've got it on this arm, guys, that kind of sometimes doesn't let me do it the way I want. I tell you what I'm going to do, though. I am going to put the stand back on. Okay, I'm going to put the stand under the plane because I think I can actually maneuver it a little better to show everybody some things. So let me put that. Let me try it and see if I can get, yeah, see, I can angle it in to you guys a little bit better, so that's good. So let's get that. So I got my reverse line here. I'm going to plug that into one of the aux channels. Probably I'm going to go all the way to aux 3 for that, because that's which is kind of odd. In fact, I'll do that after. No, I can put that on now. It doesn't matter. It's just a little easier plugging in the other. So I'm going to pull my throttle line out, okay, which is this one. Throttle line is channel 3. So I'm going to get rid of that again because I'm not going to run that. And I'm going to take my channel 1, which is considered for Futaba, and I'm trying to remember which was which. In fact, you guys can help me out with this because I forgot which was which. Channel 4 I know is rudder. Okay, so if somebody wants to leave me a comment so I don't have to look it up. Normally I just look it up because I keep forgetting. Spectrum and Futaba have throttle and rudder, aileron. Throttle's number 1, but aileron and elevator are reversed. So if somebody there can look it up for me real quick and throw it up, that way I don't have to look it up to remember which it is. Because one goes into one goes into the other. This is the PPM mode, okay? This one right down here. That's for switching your mode. So I'm going to put that into the aux, probably 2, I think is the one I'm going to do. Yeah, so that'll be my next switch. So let's put that one into aux 2. Let's do that. All right, and then we're going to take, did I put that in correctly? Yes, I did. All right, then the aux 1 is going to be flap. Okay, so probably about the time somebody looks that up for me. Okay, May said aileron is number 1, elevator is number 2. 3 is throttle for Futaba. Okay, very good. Awesome. Thank you, man. I was just going to look that up, but, you know, I figured one of you guys could probably tell me real fast instead of me having to go do a Google search for it. I usually always have to look that up because I used to forget all the time. So flap is going to be aux 1. We know that. And again, I'll probably go back and tighten all these later if they seem, but actually they seem to be going in okay. And then I'm going to go to gear, which is, we know gear goes into the gear channel. So I'm going to put that one in there. Get that one plugged in. That should go in nicely. Let's see. And this one's going to be lights. Oh, and that's going to go into an aux channel, so I'll deal with that later. Actually, that'll go into the bind channel. We'll put that in last because the bind is on the bus, so the bind, there's a separate lights, okay, line that we can plug in. So let me go with this one, which is coming from the back. Oh, and I think that's a program cable. That's not anything. And then I got aileron and elevator. So let me look again. You said aileron is number 1. So aileron Oh, actually, it's already it's labeled aileron. So aileron to aileron. Actually, they labeled it. Actually, I didn't need you to look that up. They actually had it labeled already. So just going to pop that in there. Get that into place. Elevator to elevator. Okay, they already had it wired. Already had it labeled, so sweet. All right, so we'll get that in there. We'll plug that in. So yeah, FMS already, they nicely labeled everything. So you can go aileron and elevator into that. You don't have to kind of do the Futaba search, I guess. So, and that's it. So let's get the DX10 out. Or let's rock that, or the NX10, I should say. Sorry about that. Let me grab my radio here. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fire this up for everybody to see while my camera's shaking there. Let's go. That's my 80 millimeter Rafale. Let me go all the way to the back. System setup. Yes, are you sure? I'm going to go to model select. I'm going to select here. Let's do this. Back. Oh, no, wait, hang on. I got to go back. Back. Model type. No, let's go model select. Got to go all the way to the bottom because I've got a lot of models in there. A lot of models. And let's just go add new model. There we go. I'm going to hit model type. And let's see. Let's create. No, hang on. I'm going to go to airplane. Create. And hopefully that will do something there. Sometimes there's a delay or a lag. Let's try it again. Create. And it's not doing it. There we go. Finally. Sometimes there's a lag in this, and I don't totally understand. It's labeled acro. Okay, I'll leave it like that for now. And then the last thing I needed to do before I got out of that was system setup. I'm going to go to model type right here. No, hang on. I did that wrong. Go to aircraft type. I'm going to set the kind of wing that we have, which is going to be one aileron, one flap. Even though we have two flaps, they're on one channel. And that should be good. We should go back. That should enable everything. I'm going to go to channel assign, just because I already know where everything's at. Gear is going to be A. Aux 1, aux 2. Let me see. Aux, let's go to what gear. Why is it not giving me that aux 1? Oh, let me bind it first. Let's do that. Let's get back to here. Let me turn this off. Turn it off. There it is. Let me go to the back here and grab my bind plug, my hidden bind plug back here. That's usually where I keep one, so I don't have to search for one all the time. Let's get this in place. There we go. So let's plug in our bind. Sorry about that. Let's get our bind in there. And I'll just use my Spectrum battery that's already in here. Oh, and I've got a different connector. So I can plug those in directly, but just FYI, you don't want to use those to fly with because they're really not the same bullet size. And in fact, let me see if I have one. You can use it for binding, but I wouldn't fly it that way. This is my bag full of connectors, and I usually have one of these, but let me try. These are in my store too, if you guys ever want to get one of these. This is kind of the way to go. No, that's not the right one either. Let's see if I know I got one in here someplace. Yeah, here we go. These are kind of, I found they're rigid and they're about the best, but these are in my YouTube or my Amazon store. This is a one-piece adapter to go XT90 to EC5. Okay, those are in my store, Amazon store, if you want to check those out. You can order them from there, and that helps out. So let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. Okay. The only downside to this is it's a little bit long. So here, let's do this. Let me hold my button turned. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me get my bind going and start this. Holding my bind button down. Let it go through. All right, bind complete. So it says everything's good. So everything just checked. Let's see, ailerons, elevator, rudder's working. Here, let's take a look at that. Aileron, elevator, you got that right, rudder. And then the flaps will assign and get all that going. And then landing gear should be working. Let's try that out. Okay. I'm going to reverse that right now because I know it's reversed. Here we're going to go into reverse. Here, I'll go into the menu. Let's go to servo setup. There we go. Servo setup. I'm going to go to reverse. Hang on, take that back. Let's go here. Servo setup, travel. Let's go to reverse. Reverse my gear. That's up. Let's get it cycle all the way up. All right, we'll cycle it all the way down. That's working okay. You can see we got wingtip lights working. I'm going to put the gear up. All right, I'll go to top view so we can angle this a little bit better. Okay, also my ailerons are backwards, so I noticed my ailerons are backwards, so right away I'm going to go into the top mode again. So you guys can see, just go right to aileron, reverse that. Elevator's correct, rudder's correct, so those are all good. We don't have to mess with any of that. So I had to reverse gear, had to reverse aileron, and then we're good. So we'll go back into here, and we're going to go into, in fact, you know what we're going to do real quick? Let me unplug my bind cable. Okay, so that's bound up. I'm going to put this back so I don't forget it. So let's throw that right in there. Put it right into place. I'm going to put that down there. Again, that's the best place to keep a bind plug, just so you got one always kind of handy. They're all around all the time. You got bind plugs all over the universe until you need one, and then you can't find them. So what I'm going to do is go a quick unplug of this and make sure everything's going to bind back up. Okay. We'll get the airplane level, and you can feel the reflex or hear the reflex do its thing. Okay. We got wingtip lights. Let's see if it'll boot up. There we go. It's all bound up. I think we should have 2 lights. Yep, we got lights on both receivers. So everything's all bound up. I don't know if you guys can see that, but I've got 1 light right here, and I've got 1 light on that receiver. There's the reflex going through its thing. I was wiggling it so it wouldn't initialize initially. So it wouldn't initialize initially. So that being said, folks, I'm going to take my lights, and I don't understand. Oh, there's an upper and lower light. That's what the wingtip lights work off of the system, but the upper lights, as you can see here, I'll move this forward a little bit. You see my backlight? We're going to take that extra lights wire now and plug that one in, and I'm going to put that in my bind. There's actually 9 ports here, so I'm going to put that in my bind, and that should fire that light right up. So there we go. So we've got our upper light now, and we've got our lower light, which is probably lit. So we can probably see that underneath. Yeah, there it is, right under the nose here, right there. So it's all lit up there, and that's what that's for. So use your bind, you know, your bind or use your bind, your bind channel for your spare lights, because you can use that for, it's any bus power, anything you need to power through there, you can stick in there. So, and let's see what we got. I think we've got everything else done. The flaps are not working. So let me do this. Let me unplug real quick here, because I'm going to lose some. Actually, I take that back. Let's do, I may have to go to channel assign, flap system. Okay, the switch is inhibited. So I'm going to activate that switch, and I'm going to use, of course, this one right here. And hit that switch. That's switch D. And then to the up position, I'll go up here. No, that's the elevator. Let's go to the flap. Let's raise those. So as I'm doing that, I am watching my flap, okay, as I'm doing it. Let me see if I can get that where y'all can see that. So I'm in position 0, okay, right here on the switch, right here, and I'm just raising that up. So my flap goes to neutral. Sometimes you have to adjust your rod, and that's fine. It looks like it goes to 100%, so I'll select that. I'll go to my middle position on my flap, and I'll set what I see to be as about 10 degrees. So I go highlight that window right there. So I'm going to move this over there. Okay, I'll press that, and I'll go to what I think is about 10 degrees. 10 to 15 roughly. So that's usually my takeoff setting. Most of the time, guys, I'll eyeball this. It's nothing major. And then I'll go down to my landing position. I'll highlight that position, which is position 2. Okay. And then I'll set that to where I want it. I'll highlight that, and let me go a little lower. Okay, so that looks like that's quite a bit, but that's good. That's just a rough setting. I'll mess with it later. So now we've got 3 positions: up, takeoff, and we got landing. So we're all set there. But I'm going to go to a speed, which is right down here. Okay, and I'm going to select a speed for this, which I think I'm going to put about 2. I usually lose 2 or 3 seconds, and let's see. Yeah, that's working pretty good. 2 to 3. Those are the preferences. 2 seems to be a little quicker. You can go, here, let's try 3. All right, let's go 3. That's even slower. I think I like to have it at 2. So let's go to 2. Yeah, that's my preferred. So now we got our flaps working right. All right, now we got to select our other stuff. So we've got reverse. We've got our fan working here. So let's see. Now it's torquing, look. Wow, you can torque from the fan, that's great. All right. Okay, next thing we're gonna do, which actually should have been the first thing I did, I got a little carried away, is go to throttle cut. So let me go up to there, throttle cut. Oh, shoot, going too fast. There we go, throttle cut right there, activate that. Let me back off on my zoom a little bit. My throttle cut is always this red one. That's why I put some red heat shrink tube around that baby. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna highlight that. I'm gonna select the switch. Okay, I'm gonna go up with it, which is switch G. Okay, and you're gonna see where the position is based on this right here. So you can see as I move that switch, that little black thing, little black point moves over to where you want it. So I'm gonna highlight that and I'm gonna make that one white. I'm gonna make the other two black because position 2 is gonna be on, okay? The other two positions are gonna be off, okay? That's my personal preference. Assign that switch to where you want it. I just support my radio with that channel, and I never really use that switch for anything other than holding it up. So that's where I know I'm gonna not switch it while I'm flying. So I'll always have power while I'm doing this. So, hey Rich, do you always wear glasses when you fly? I just got my first pair and I don't trust wearing them when I fly. Wear what you like, you know, you wear what you like to use, you know. So they work well for me, but yeah, use what works for you. So all right, there's our throttle cut. So we need to assign a couple of things. Somebody's sending me a message here real quick. Let me see what else I got. Somebody's sending me some stuff here. No, I don't got anything there. All right, let me go back to this. All right, guys. So last couple things to assign is our reverse. So, and we put our reverse, as we know. Let me lower this down now that we got the flaps done. Okay, let me lower a little more. There we go, right there. We know we put reverse on aux 3. So let me go back to the top of the list here. And we're going to go to, which one do we need to do here? Hang on, let me see, did I put that on? Nope, it's not already assigned. Because I want to have my reverse on this switch right here, okay? Because I don't want to accidentally flip a switch. I want a button that I have to press and hold for my reverse, or something that's spring-loaded. So if you got Futaba, use something spring-loaded. You know, don't use something that, you know, you're going to switch in flight and not know, okay? So anyway, let's go to, that's what I usually use for brakes too. So let's do this. Let me unplug real fast. I think I need to unplug to do this. Let me go back. Let me unplug everything. I'm going to go into channel assign. Let's see where we're going to go here. I think it's channel assign. I tell you what, let's go to system setup. I think that's where it is. Yes, disable RF. Channel assign, that's right. Let me see if this is going to let me. Oh, wait, that's right. I need to go to the next page. That's right. That's what I forgot about. So 5 is gear, 6 is aux. Okay, so port assignments. Let me go. Aux 2, we said is, or say like aux 3 is going to be. No, aux 3 is aux 3. Sorry about that. I'm doing the wrong thing. Aux 3. We should be able to go to here. There we go. This is what I need. Channel input config. Sorry, guys. I was kind of brain numbing there. I'm going to select my. Here, let's press the button. I'm going to highlight this, and I'm going to press the button. And what it'll do is it'll assign switch I. Okay, so that should be aux 3. Okay, for my reverse. Okay, and then I'm going to go over to, I don't know why aux 2. Okay, aux 2, that's right. Aux 1's my flags. Aux 2 is my switch for my modes. So I want that to be, for me, I want that to be E. So I'm going to push that, switch E, and then push the button. So now I've assigned my aux 2, okay, which is my being able to switch my gyro mode, stabilizer mode. And then I've got aux 3, which is brake, or reverse or brakes, but in this case reverse, to my button. So now let's back off out of there, go back to the main menu. All right, let's plug it all in and get it going. So let's get that going. All right. Let's go back to our regular mode. And let's see, let's let the gyro do its thing. Okay, so we're going to add some throttle. See if we have reverse. No, we don't. I'll go back and mess with that. Give me a second. Let's see if our gyro mode is working. It looks like it is. So gyro solved. Let's try this. As my ailerons are moving, they're staying displaced. Okay, so that means it's in the wing leveling and pitch leveling mode, and everything's working the right way. Elevator up. As I'm pointing the nose down, the elevator is going up. Nose up, elevator down. So I roll left. I've got right aileron input. And I've got nose left and rudder right. So those are all working. Our 3 axes are working just fine. And that's set up for the upper position of the switch. So you can see that. If I go to the middle, okay, what we've got is off. There's nothing, no stabilization, nothing. So then I go to the lower position of that. Let's see. We go to the lower position, okay. Now we should have stabilization going. Okay, which is basically wind correction and turbulence correction, but the control surface should not stay displaced, which it's not. So aileron, elevator, rudder, everything is working. So that's generally a 3-position switch setup for the FMS reflex on a 3-position. Middle is usually off, up is full on, you know, what you would call safe mode, you know, wing leveling and pitch leveling. And then down is, you know, your normal wing correction, normal, you know, stabilization mode that you would want to fly, that you want to fly in most of the time. So this I like because I can turn the darn thing off. So let me figure out the reverse thrust thing and see if I can figure out why that's not operating. Let me go to here. Let me grab my glasses here. And let's see if I can figure out why we are not getting that. Let me go to, I may have to go back into system setting. Let me do this. Let me go to my monitor. Let's go to the monitor and see if that's working. Yep, my aux3 is working. Okay. Okay. So it is working. I know I'm sending a signal there. But my throttle line, let me take a look. I do have that pushed into the, put in the right channel, I believe. And it should be working. Oh, you know what? I got to program. I may have to program the speed controller is what I might need to do. It needs a program for that, I think. But that should automatically do its thing. So let's try this. Let's see if I can do, okay, so if I got throttle on, I'm giving it a little throttle. It's not reversing it. Okay, I probably need to program that. So let me see if I can find, I don't know if I got that program manual handy, but there's a speed controller. Let me look real quick and see if they put that in here. I don't remember, probably not. So, let me see if I can find that. I think I have one of those manuals somewhere. Let me look and see. But otherwise, everything's working, guys. Landing gear, lights. Got your underside there. There's your lower light. That'll help with visibility. Actually, the visibility on this is awesome because it's a dark underside of the airplane. But it's got the lights, even the wingtips you can see, you know, from there. So, all right, let's see. Who do we got? Richie Society's here. Viper 90. There she is. I want one. Yeah. When will they available in the U.S.? I don't know. Model planes. Hey, guys, I really need to know your help. I bought some GT Power plane heli lights and want you, where do I plug them in? That I don't know. Let's see. In the RX, of course. Palo F is here. Compatible with DSM-2. It should be. Glad I got the E-Flight Viper and the release price of $500. Yeah, it's $650 now. Everything's expensive. Everything's expensive. You can thank Joe Biden for that. Okay? If you voted for Joe Biden and you don't like the high prices, mistake. So anyway, let's see. Where can I buy? You can't buy this from the USA distributor. Yeah, yeah. Let's see. ESC calibration. Yeah, I can do a calibration. Yeah, actually, you know what? You might be right. That's a good call. Let's try that. Let's do an ESC calibration. Calibrating it might actually get the reverse working. So let's try that. I'm going to go full throttle. Let me plug in. Let's bring it back. And let's see if that does it. That might do. You might be right on that. Hang on. Nope, still not working. Lets the live stream out to the field and fly that baby. Yeah, no, I know, Mike. Believe me, I'd love to get it out there right now. So I'm working on that, though. We'll see. All right, so, but that should be about it, guys, other than the reverse, which I need a programming card. And here's what I'm going to do, or not a card, but just the instructions. Let me see really quick if I can pull up my programming guide for that, because I know there's one for it. Let me look and see. I've got a 120 ESC right here, another one. Just happen to know where that's at. I don't remember if this guide is correct or not, but let me pull this out and see if this one's got the right thing for it. I really don't remember, but let me look and see. Let me see what we got. I don't remember if this was the one or not. I don't. Let me see if I can find it. I'm going to diddle around with this just a little second, guys. I'm trying to see if I can find it. If anybody knows where this program guide is, send it to me, because it's kind of leaving me at the moment. But let me see. This one might actually do it. Let's see. Normal start timing. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Let's go to. Actually, I don't think it's in there. Here's what I am going to do, though. Let me see this. I'm going to go to the FMS site. Where is that? FMS. And I'm going to go to electronics. I'm going to go to ESC and BEC. There we go. And I'm going to look up their Predator 120, which is what's in this thing. It's this thing right here. And I think that there is a manual. Oh, wait, hang on a second. This might be the wrong one, if I remember. I've been through this before, guys. It just kind of lost me for a second. Because there's a reverse activation of this, if I'm not mistaken. So let me see. Trying to remember where that was. So if anybody knows how to do this, just send it to me. But I've got, there it is. Let's see, cutoff, short, battery, long. Yeah, there is a reverse now. This is not the right one. Hang on a sec. Let's go. Let me click on, man, no, it's not going to show that in there. Where was this thing? I don't remember where that was. Predator. I think this is a hobby. Oh, where's that thing at? I've got this in the back of my mind here, folks. I'm looking at the websites there to pull this up. Let me see. Where did I find this thing? I think this is a, what is the brand? Or this is a Predator, but it's also a different, it goes under a different name too. Anybody watching, if you guys remember what this was called, I know there's some guys out there that know this actual controller. Let me send off a message. I'm sending a message here real quick. I'm going to send a message and see if I can get something back on that. Here, let's see. Let me put that over here. I think I got a message back on that. I'm trying to remember where we found that at. Oh, yeah. We're getting it sent over now. We had it before, but I'm drawing a blank on it where that program guide was. So let's see. I'm trying to remember the brand, because I think this speed controller is branded like differently or something too. So I think we can program it. So where was? Let me try to do my own search for it. Let's see what we got. Okay, let me take a look real quick. I think I got it in my email. Let me pull that up, because I know we had it somewhere. All right, that was it. The user manual. Let's see what we got. Yeah, that's where it was. Hang on. All right, this was sent. Okay, very good. I've got the guide here. So let me see if I can get this to Fly Fun 126. That's what it is. Voltage. Brake type. Okay, you have to have it on brake, I think. Brake force, brake type, voltage cutoff, Startup timing. All right, let's see. Brake type, disable normal reverse. Okay, so we've got to do a program on this to get it for reverse. So, let's see if I can remember how to get that going. Sorry guys, I'm just reading a manual here. There is a way to do that. So enter the programming mode, throttle stick top position. Okay, I'm reading through this. Let's see, throttle stick, enter program, let's see, and exit the program. So turn the transmitter on, throttle up position, and connect the battery to DSC. 2 seconds later, the motor will beep, beep, and emit whatever. 5 seconds later, you go into the programming mode, that's right. Select the parameter, and we want to go brake type, if I'm not mistaken. So when we hear one beep, you'll hear 12 kinds of beeps. Move the throttle stick to the bottom within 3 seconds. You'll enter the corresponding parameter. The motor will be different kinds. Move the throttle stick to the top after you hear some of the beeps. Okay, so we're looking for 4 beeps after that. So I think that should be it. And then once you get that, you go back down. So let's try it. And I think that's how you enter the reverse mode. So let's do this. We're going to unplug here. Okay, and then we're going to get rid of this ridiculous thing that doesn't do anything. And we're going to see if we can follow this guide. So we're going to go, I'm going to put that down there so I can see it as I'm doing this. And I'm going to put this on the wing, watch through this. So we're going to go back to here. We're going to try this out. We're going to go to the full throttle position. Let's try something here. Let me see something here. What do we got here? Let me do that. Let me send that. Yeah, we're going to follow. Okay, let's go. I just lost that. No, I lost it again. Here, let's go back to it. Let me pull that. Let me look at that. All right, here we go. So we're going to go full throttle. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We got full throttle in here, right? What we're going to do is we're going to keep it at full throttle, and we're going to plug this in. We're going to enter the programming guide for a second. Let it get in there. There we go. And then, hang on a sec, I screwed that up already. Hang on a sec. Let me back up. Let's do this. So, as I'm reading this, we're going to go up. We're going to get it in there. Once we get that into the throttling mode, first, later, say program guide. Okay, then it says, enter the programming. You'll hear following 12 beeps. Move the stick down. Okay, so within 3 seconds. Okay, I'm trying to read through this. Let me go through this one more time. Turn on the transmitter, throttle up, connect the battery. 2 seconds, it will enter the programming mode. Okay, once I get to the brake type, then I'm going to go down. Okay, that's what I got to do. So let's do that. Throttle stick is up. We're plugging this in. Okay. Going to enter the throttle mode. Let me go back to here. Get to the programming mode. And then we're going to bring this down. Now, I screwed that up again, didn't I? I got to do it quick. Got to do it quick. Got to go down, then up. And I got to wait for 4 beeps. Okay, so here we go. We're going to plug it in again. Let me get to the program mode. There it is. We're in the brake mode. We're going to go all the way down. We're going to wait for 4 beeps. There should be 1 beep. There should be 2 beeps. Then we should have 3 beeps. Then we should hear 4. We're going to go up, and then we're going to go down. And that should do it, I think. So let's see what happens. So do we have throttle? Nope, still not doing it. All right, I'm going to figure it out later because I'm not sure why that's not. That should have gone into the reverse mode, so, but I am not getting it in there. Let's see. We have brake type, brake force, startup mode, long and 2 short beeps. Yeah, that should have done that, unless I did something wrong with it. Let's see. Brake type by default, reverse. Let's see. Yes, under the brake type by default, the reverse. Default the reverse and everything not turned on. You have to turn it on. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do. All right. Try that one more time, guys. Let's go back into here. Let's go back to this, back to that email. Let's look at that one more time. That's motor direction, voltage type. All right, I'm going to try that one more time because that should put us in reverse. Brake type, brake force. Number 1 is disabled, 2 is normal, 3 is proportional, and let's see. So the motor will beep different kinds of beeps. Move the throttle stick to the top position after you have, we'll get some kind of beeps. You will, of course, have, when you hear the motor ISIS indicate the value is safe, then go back to select parameter, continue with the other that you want on the list. Okay. Exit programming, move the stick to the bottom within 3 seconds after the beeps. Okay, so we'll try that one more time. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to unplug one more time. And if it doesn't work this time, we'll just kind of abandon it and I'll figure it later. Throttle's all the way up. We're going to plug this in. Okay. And we're going to let this get into the programming mode. What the heck? All right, let's try that one more time. Here we go. Throttle's all the way up. Plug this in. See if we can get it here. What the heck is it doing? It's not even working now. Hang on a second. Let's do this. Let me bring the throttle down. Throttle's up. Let me just do a normal boot up. Sometimes you got to go through this. All right, now it's just beeping straight and giving me problems. All right, now it's not working at all. Okay, let's try this one more time. I've like lost my throttle altogether. I didn't plug anything. Let's kind of see what this is doing. All right, let's go with this. That's strange. Now I'm just getting a steady beep with nothing. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a rebind. I'm going to pull the lights out. I'm going to grab my bind plug. I'm going to turn this off. Something went down with the throttle. I don't know what. Get my chat log, see what everybody's saying. Great show, great show. You're great programming. Thank you for the help. That's Joseph Dale is here. Jess Harris. Mark Gatkins is here from the US, from the UK. Truth still matters. Rich, can you do a landing tutorial on throttle management or EDFs? Yes, I could do that. Richie Society, lots of guys. Ian Bowen's here. All right. All right, let me try firing this up. I'm going to do another bind on this because I think something went down there. Put my bind plug. I'm just going to do a quick rebind. Let's go with that. All right, here we go. Go to my top view again. I'm going to press, I'm going to plug this in, get a bind going here. All right, there we go. We're flashing. I'm going to hold my bind button, turn my radio on. Just going to do a quick rebind. There we go. Bind complete. All right, so we did a rebind. Maybe that's what was going on when I did the, here, let's try this. That's it, we found it. Okay, I think what happened was, and I think we figured it out. Let me unplug that. All right, there we go. All right, before I do anything, I'm putting my bind plug back in here. Okay, I think what happened was is we changed the program for reverse. We added reverse through that program. But when we did that, the receiver said, oh, you did something different. So I do a rebind of it. So now we give it some throttle. We got throttle. We push our bind button. We now have reverse thrust. So, and I'm blowing stuff off the table. So, but that's it, guys. We got this wired, ready to go. Everything's good to go. All I got to do now is put my shelf liner at the bottom of this. What I'm going to do real quick here is get to this. I'll have to give you that program guide, guys, if you need it. But for now, I'm just going to plug the lights back in. And let's get that going correctly. Lights are back in, and we're good to go. All I have to do is mount this receiver now. I'll go to my top view. All I got to do is mount the receiver, which I'll probably put back here somewhere or something, or I'll figure a place to put it. Or actually, there's a lot of places. There's a lot of space underneath here that I can get it. And then I have a satellite that I'll put somewhere. So this is, again, an old school. This is an AR8000X, one of the nicer ones with the satellite receiver. So, but you need 8 channels if you want to use all those functions. So, but you don't need reverse thrust. You don't need any of that stuff. In fact, let me unplug this and let me do a rebind. Okay, this is me using my Spectrum 5000. I'm going to run China Hobby Line 5000 in here. Let me get this in here. And for now, I'm just going to undo these. I'll put my shelf liner along the bottom later. You guys have seen how I do that. So let me move this here. So yeah, the reverse feature works. Just kind of follow what I did. And if you guys need help, just ask me if you ever need it. I can probably send you the guide. But let's see here. Let me get this all plugged in. Get this where I need it to be. I'm going to put this China Hobby Line battery in here. Very light, very small battery, so it's nice. And you can put big batteries, 6,000s, whatever, Admiral, whatever you got. This battery compartment here, I'll just show you how big it is. Lots of space inside here. So let's get this. Let's roll the airplane just a little bit, and y'all can see this is going to go in there nicely. I'm going to bolt this down or strap it down. There we go. China Hobby Line 5000, 65C discharge. Once I get my shelf liner down there and there, we'll be good to go. This plane builds beautifully. Let me get that in there. So now we're strapped in, good to go. Let me do a reboot here and see if we can get this going. Oh, let me get the wings level. Take a second. There we go. Okay, it doesn't want to bind again. What the heck? What's it doing now? Doesn't want to get that throttle going. Here, let's see. That's a weird thing. Very strange. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do another rebind. I don't know why it is doing that again. Or let me try another boot up. Let's just try it at normal throttle. Try it again. Maybe it doesn't like that reverse or something. Very strange. All right, I'm going to unplug this one more time. I'm going to go back to here. I might have, yeah, actually I've got another bind plug right there. I'm going to do one more time like that. I don't know why it keeps doing that. That's weird. All right, so let's do this. Turn that off. Shut that off. Let's go with this. Plug that in. Do a full bind here. Strange. Don't know why that's working. Bind complete. All right, so we'll get that out of there. I don't know why I did that. It's weird. But for right now, I'm going to leave as is. I wonder if it doesn't like the fact that I'm plugging the lights in or something. That's strange. Well, anyway, it's in there. We'll talk about it when we fly it if I have any other issues with it or whatever. So, but it looks like we are in like Flynn. And I think that's about it. So we got throttle. We got reverse thrust. Yep, we're good there. We've got our flaps working. Aileron, elevator, rudder. All right, we're good to go. We can switch our everything over. So I think that's about it, guys. I think that's all we got. Let me get the gear down one more time. In fact, I'm gonna go, actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go dark. I'm gonna kill the lights here, guys. I still gotta get a remote for that. Got a remote for everything else. All right, and that's it. So you guys can see how well this lights up. I'm probably gonna for sure throw an afterburner in this so everybody can see it. Wow, that's pretty slick. In fact, you know what I might do? 5280's got a burner coming for me. I might actually throw it in this one because it's going to be a blue and orange burner, so that might look really sinister in this. So that's probably what I'll do. So I'll have that in here. So I think that's where I might actually put this. But look at this. Look how slick this thing is. It's just got some great lights. Let me get the gear down. Make sure the throttle's disabled so it doesn't fly away on us. But yeah, guys, that's bad to the bone right there. I like that. That's a cool, very cool paint job. Let's go a little bit right, now a little bit left. All right, and that is it, guys. Let's zoom a little bit. You know, you can see very, very slick jet. And let me get the stand off of it because we don't need that anymore. Let's put that down there. Put that on the table. Make sure we're not rolling off. This is a really wide stance jet. And you guys can see, let me get that out of my mouth there. See the underside light under there? But the beauty is this thing, you can really see the orientation of this because you can still see, you know, your wingtip lights from the underside. And you've got this light right here to really, you know, kind of show off. So here, let me go over here. Come out front. But check that out. Nice bright lights everywhere, all the way around. They've got the top light there. Yeah, I'll put that probably 5280 afterburner in the tail of this next. So, because I think it will look cool with the paint job because it's like sort of a blue burner, and we'll kind of see how that goes. But yeah, very neat, guys. Very nice retracts. Everything works beautifully out of the box. Let me put it back on the table here. Very carefully because it's a very wide landing gear. This is one I could very easily roll off the darn table here. But that is it, folks. Very, very slick, as you guys can see. Very nice paint job on this thing. Let's see if I can get it in a little better profile here. But very sharp, folks. Very sharp. Very bright lights. Awesome. So any questions you guys got, I'll take that. So I'll take any questions you guys have. You can see here I got the flaps operating nicely. Here, let's see. There's your flaps coming down. Ailerons working correctly. Very easy plane to build, very easy to assemble. Everything seems to work. Yeah, very, very cool. Very nice jet. So look at that. Look how cool that paint job is. Holy smokes, that thing's awesome. Yeah, I'm digging that. I think I need more lights on this. But anyway, very cool, guys. I'm digging it. It's pretty bad. Bad to the bone. Very nice jet. So let me make sure my throttle is off there. All right, very cool. No, that's not the throttle. There we go. So, all right, guys. Any questions you guys got? I stopped looking at the chat log a little while ago, but throttle cut. Yeah, Richie Society said throttle cut. The reason for the throttle cut is just so you can turn it off so you don't bump it and the plane goes launching off your table. Like right now, I have the throttle cut on. So if like if you bumped it accidentally, it would go flying. So yeah, it's you don't want to do that. So anyway, there's our lights back on, folks, and we got it. So again, my throttle kill, because Richie asked about it. Put that down there. If you move the throttle, it's not going to go anywhere. So mostly that's important for propeller-driven airplanes, so you don't cut yourself or something. So when you're ready to fly, you flip your switch, and now you've got some throttle. Okay, so, but it's a safety thing, basically. So Richie Society said, what's your throttle trim at? Mine's just neutral, because you don't need it. You set the range of it is what you do. So that sounds good. Ah, hang on a sec. Oh, my throttle's going backwards now. Okay, something's up with my throttle. Let's do this. Let's change. Yeah, it's going in reverse right now. So I might have put it in reverse. I'll mess with that later, and we'll talk about that during the flying because I don't want to get too much into it. So John G says, later, Rich, great show. Back to building. Yeah, that's what I was doing all week. Richie said this. This I hate is the gear is too soft and bent. No, this gear's good. It's good for, it's got enough compression, and it actually sits upright, full extension. So it's when they're sitting there and they're sitting there like halfway bent or whatever, where the plane kind of wobbles around. You actually want it to be stiff. So Timothy Reel, hey Timothy Reel's here. Hey Rich, RC Informer. He said hello. Let me see what else I got for notes here and stuff. Let me go back. Let's see. Model planes, Pablo F. Yeah, ESC calibration. How is AliExpress? Let's see. Yeah. Rob, they are legit. Yeah. Stream, that is. Oh, is something going on? Do I got a good stream? I'm still showing excellent signal strength with 50 guys here. So, all right, let's see. Let's go back to there. I almost closed that whole window down. That would have been a mess. Yeah, let me see. Let me close that. What else we got? Love the livery. That's from Truth Still Matters. Love the livery on that jet. Yeah, it's nice. Leslie RC Fun. The color is awesome, but what is your opinion on how good is the color to see in the sky? Actually, this will be real easy to see in the sky. The underside might be a little different, though, because it's dark, okay? I'd almost put some white stripes or something on the wingtips or something, just because the bottom is very dark. Okay, it's just black, or, you know, well, blue technically. But, yeah, I'd put something on the bottom of this. I probably will. That's actually a good call. Probably want something under it, so. What motor does it have? It has a Predator 1950 12 blade. Yeah, that's what I think it said on the box. Great show, Red. Nice jet. Great info. That's from Joseph Dale with the NX transmitter. I'm still learning on my NX8. Yeah, the NX8 is pretty awesome. Is that an A6 intruder sitting on your table? Please send it to me. A6 intruder. No, I don't have an intruder. It's a Sukhoi 27, SU-27, that we did in one of the last shows. Yeah, Mark Adkins from the UK is here. I'm just going back and looking here. Oh, he already asked me about that, didn't he? I'm just looking at stuff here. I never land with throttle too fast, especially when you have a short field. Yeah, I mean, if you come in at idle and you do it properly, you can do it. But most of the time you land with a little bit of power. But it just depends on what situation you're in or what your energy state is. Yeah, you can land a plane by completely cutting the throttle off. That's fine. In fact, you do land, like at the last moment, you usually bring the throttle idle and touch down. But you can bring it to idle way up high and glide it all the way down as long as you time it right and land it. But generally, you land normally with some power to control the descent a little better. So it's got flaps, full flaps 2, quality for this race. Nice show again. That's from Pontiac F. Ritchie Society. Let's see. Yes, it is an in-rudder motor. So we're going to put a burner in it. Have a great weekend. That's from Pontiac F. Let's see. Let's see. Later, Rich, great show. Yeah, that's John G. Hey, RC Informer. That's from Timothy Reel. I'm in. So reverse thrust too. Yeah, it does. EQRC. It's got the reverse. I'm having a little programming mess-ups with it. In fact, it's actually in reverse right now. So I got to mess with that programming. When I figure that out, I'll talk to you guys during the flight about that when we do the flight demos and stuff. I'll resolve that kind of later. So still about 50 guys here, so appreciate everybody coming. And let me see if I got any last-minute notes, any of the stuff I was going to talk about. I had something written here that I was going to get to. Coming up on 5 o'clock here, so it's almost time to review. So, all right, guys, I think that's about it. I'm going to review a couple little things here. Okay, of the sponsors, just for helping us out with, you know, getting us the planes and all the stuff to show you guys. I'll run through a couple of things here. I'll throw the website stuff back on. Let's go back to kind of page 1 with this. So I'm going to go, now why is that on there? Let me get rid of that. We don't need that. We don't need that either. Let me get rid of that. Okay. So again, guys, special thanks there to the Turbines RC guys. Guys, a lot of the airplanes I show you, regardless of what it is, you know, FMS free wing, you know, fly fans, all that stuff. You guys can pretty much get it. In fact, we're going to have the Joss Gripen right here that you see pretty soon. You can pretty much get it at Turbines RC. So if you guys are in the European market, you know, and you want to help me out, you know, use my link to buy something. You know, I don't charge anything. You don't get charged anything if you use the link, but it does support the channel. Free at no cost to you guys. So Turbines RC pretty much has it all, guys. It's a great, great European distributor. So, and then again, Flying Tiger RC guys, they have all the airplane stands, okay, airplane racks and the transmitter tray. We did a video last week of the transmitter tray, which I'm going to show you here, which I still have to get out to the field. I haven't been out to the field since the last couple of shows I did, but this is the Flying Tiger transmitter tray, folks. So it's really a nice tray, nice harness. You can get part or all of it, okay, over there. And this just straps on, okay, like we talked about before. So, but Flying Tiger RC has been a real great sponsor, showing us all this stuff, letting us see, you know, let me show you guys all this. It's a very nice padded thing. It goes on real nice. I'm going to throw this thing on. It just goes around like this. And it really supports the radio well. Like I said, I haven't used it yet, but we're going to get to that. And you can see how it goes on fairly nicely. I got it kind of wrapped up here, but I'm not going to go into too much detail. But it's nice because you can support, hold your radio, you have hands off, and you're good to go. It even comes with a center ring to attach to your radio instead. So it's real nice. So, and then, of course, they make the really nice airplane racks that have very much organized my room, okay? So I can show you those again all the way at the top. I kind of show those to everybody at a lot of my, on most of my live shows that you guys can see. So right above my head is one of my organizing racks, okay, right there where I have a lot of planes stored, and I got them all on my back wall too. So, and it's still under production. I still have not even finished this or even that side wall with airplanes. And then I have another rack, you know, kind of right up there that you guys can see. And then there's one all the way around to the other side of the courthouse room. I don't know if I can even make it to that. Let's see if I can make it to that. See if my wire is long enough. Yeah, there we go. See, there's all the Flying Tiger RC airplane racks all the way on that wall that are supported by, you know, again, it's beautiful for mounting. It's really gotten a lot of my airplanes out of the way. And the good thing is I can have a lot of my equipment, my power tools and stuff under there. There's Dago Red, a nice look at Dago Red there, and L39, and there's my Super Scorpion that you guys will be seeing hopefully pretty soon. And there's the Rafale that you guys can see right down there. There she is. Lots of planes everywhere. It's kind of like a plane utopia here, guys. There's airplanes just everywhere. So, which is the way that it should be, right? So, not going to complain about it. It's just the way it is. So, anyway, let's see if I can get that right. So, all right, so let's go talk a little bit more real quick about some of the sponsors and stuff. Again, I'm just going to run through them real fast. I stopped on Flying Tiger because the airplane racks are so cool. And, of course, KMRC models with the new afterburners, guys, universal mount, my Amazon store. Again, get your Albatrosses and dancing wing stuffs, BitGo Hobbies right there. You can also get all the dancing wing stuff soon, pretty much at Turbines RC also. There is a big summer sale actually going on, which we'll throw up here for China Hobby Line. So any of their batteries are working great for me, guys. So, you know, Spectrum, China Hobby Line, but China Hobby Line's got a sale going on. So, you know, check out the U.S. warehouse there. Of course, FMS models. They've got tons of cool stuff there, as you know. Oh, and there's a Cheyenne. That's the new Cheyenne. Yeah, they're promoting that. FMS is making some cars that are mind-blowing, guys. The new Mogrich and stuff. And you guys can get that stuff at Fair RC as well. So, you know, check it out there, fairrc.com. There's the Maugrich right there, 1/18 scale, new release. Everybody's pumped about that. Glacier pickup truck. They got a lot of cool stuff there. So, again, Spectrum. There's my NX10 radio. Again, any links you guys use below, it supports the channel at no cost to you guys. It's free. Hobby Zone as well. Ernst Manufacturing, again, best stands around. They've been making these since I was a kid. And, of course, tray organizers. That's, of course, you guys see me using that stuff all the time. So, and then Buddy RC as well. They're supporting the channel. We were able to show you the Decathlon, which is above my head. Awesome airplane. Ray, Guniac, Fire Booty Man. You know, great afterburners there, of course. And I got those in most of my planes. My F-14 videos have all the fire booties in them. And then we'll do a 5280 here soon. We'll be showing you that burner too. The new, in fact, they've got the new, which I'll be trying out here. This is the Blue Fire burner. There's really not good I mean, there's some video on them, I guess, but you can see them sort of, I guess. Here, let me see if this will even work here. I think it'll work. You guys can see that. See, they go blue and then they go into orange, I guess. So they'll change into orange, which is pretty cool. So I'll probably be showing you guys that next week or a week or two or something. So anyway, we'll go into all that. And then there's our, you don't need to see my downloads. But anyway, I think that's about it, guys. Any other questions or anything you guys might have? Speak now, because we're going to head out of here. And I'm going to go do something else constructive, I think. So, and I think that's about it, guys. That's it for the live streaming. Let's see what y'all got. Let me see if there's any other stuff going on here. What is it? John G. Later, Rich. Great show. Oh, he's back to building. We already read that one. EQRC. It's good for short runways. Has reverse thrust. Timothy Reel. Is the motor still running backwards? Yeah, it's still running backwards. I got to mess with that. I'll get into the programming later and fool with it. So, it's not an airplane mess. It's a controlled chaos here. So, anyway, let's see. Rich, when you land the E-Flight Viper 90, do you cut the throttle completely? Well, again, that's kind of a trick question because only if you have to. In other words, usually I'll carry a little power in. If it starts sinking or dropping, you got to add some. If it's too fast or too high, you got to come back on the power. But normally you come in with a little bit of power, and you kind of, with most airplanes, and you can have a little bit of power, and you just control the descent with that. So, John T says, smash that like button, guys. Did I just see 700 millibyte? Yeah, here, you want to see that again? Let me show you. Yeah, that was my upload there. Here, let's try, let me do a redo of it. Here, I'll hit the go on it. Here, we'll do a re-upload. Yeah, let's try that. It depends on if other people in the family are doing it too. Yeah, so, well, there's my download speed. Download speed, actually, both are normally about 900 megabytes because we got fiber optics here in the neighborhood. So, both are usually about 900. It's only down at 270 right now just because I'm streaming. So, and a lot of times other people are on the internet too in the house. So, but yeah, we're at 800 on the upload. It usually goes up to 900, a little over 900 normally. So yeah, man, we got some high speed going on here, high speed internet. Yeah, man, that's it. Fiber optics. If you guys can get fiber optics, I think we got AT&T fiber optics. So yeah, it's high speed, low drag, man. So anyway, let's see what we got for viewers. We're down to 42, but we were up around 50. So let's see. I think we peaked at, actually, we peaked at 73, guys. So I appreciate that. That's good for a Saturday afternoon. And let's see. I need that. What that company? Yeah, it's AT&T fiber optics. Several years back, they went down the street and they installed a fiber optic hub at the end or whatever, and then they started running it down here. So we all got fiber optic here. So. Yeah, man, we're cooking with some gas here, man, with the internet speed. So we're kind of lucky we got that. It was only a few years ago when they actually finally did that. So, all right, Tim Reed, Real, he smashed the like button. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. You're showing your IP. Well, yeah, that's not. Yeah, I mean, you can see it. It's not. Yeah, I guess you guys can see that, but oh well. Let's see, with different electronics, Ian Bowen. All right, Ian Bowen's got to go. Nice guys, another great show. Let's see, saying howdy from the field. That's Ray. Hey, Ray, I just showed your stuff off, man. So there you go, dude. Here, this is for you, Ray. See? Guniac afterburners there. I got those in my F14 and my F14 videos, so if you guys want to see that, check it out. So anyway, all right, guys. I think we're gonna head out. I think we're gonna launch out of here, and we'll see what what's going down. So anyway, got a lot of views. Appreciate that, and I think we are going to head out here, folks. So anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Once again, guys, we talked about the Albatross from Dancing Wings at Bitco Hobby, the FMS Viper Jet 90 millimeter. Sweet. We got it all set up, ready to go. Just got to tape a few things down, put some shelf liner, and we should be good to go. So nice fit and finish on it. So anyway, guys, I think we're going to go. And I appreciate y'all watching. Nice seeing you, Tim Reel. Thanks for hitting the like button. Guniac said, thanks for the support as always. Ray makes great burner. So, and we show 3 of them on here, guys. We got 3 different burners to show you. I stay neutral and try and show you guys what I think is good. And again, we got Guniac over there, Fire Booty. We got KMRC, and we'll throw 5280 on here when I do some burner reviews of them here soon coming up. So, E-Flight P-51 on grass. You know what? I might not. I'll try to get some on grass, though. I know I've flown it off grass a bunch of times, so maybe I just didn't do a video of it if I didn't. So it's actually easier on grass than it is on paved surface. So, all right, Mike SSI, all you guys, Pontiac F, Ray, Ian Bowen. Appreciate you all coming, guys. It's been a good show, and we'll probably try to do something next week, next Saturday or Sunday as well. So Mike Bird's always here first. Might need to give him a wrench or something. So, all right, guys, I'm going to head out. Thanks for watching, guys. FMS Viper Jet 90, can't beat it. Please like and subscribe to the channel, guys, if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell. Hit that like button. It forces the YouTube algorithm to share our videos with more people. And again, if you guys buy something, use my link below. It supports the channel at no cost to you guys. Because as you guys know, it's a free channel, and we're going to keep it free. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, guys, we'll see y'all next time.